and he is also co-CEO of Aromatic Private Limited. I welcome Mr. Machhindra Chaudhary by warm heartedly. Today we have another speaker with us, Mr. Sri Vilas Matondkar sir. And today we have a special speaker and guest of honor, Mr. Uma Shankar sir. Sir, I welcome you, all the three experts and keynote speakers on behalf of Indian Nursery Association, and all the participants, those who are regularly joining us and supporting us in this webinar series and taking a lot of knowledge from our speakers. So thanks and welcome to all the participants. जो भी हमारी एक्टिविटी चल रही है इंडियन नर्सरी एसोसिएशन के साथ, उसमें आप सभी का लोगों सहयोग तो है ही, लेकिन जो हमारे प्रेसिडेंट वाईपी सिंह साहब, मुकुल त्यागी साहब और जो टीम आईएनए की काम कर रही है, उसका जो लेखा जोखा एक संक्षिप्त स्वरूप में आप सभी को तक पहुंचाने के लिए मैं शिवांगी मैडम से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि शी शुड गिव प्रेजेंटेशन फॉर द आईएनए's एक्टिविटीज. सो ओवर टू यू शिवांगी मैडम.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to all the participants for Indian Nurserymen Association's 44th webinar. Today's topic is aromatic plants, business scope for nursery development. So before we move for the webinar, I'll introduce Indian Nurserymen Association. Indian Nurserymen Association was founded in the year 1987 by late Sri Arjun Das Agrawal ji. He was the founder and the first president of INA. Currently, INA is presided by Sri YP Singh. He was born in UP, and after his education, he moved to Delhi. Mr. Singh has also served as the treasurer, the founder, and the first president of INA. Mr. Singh also was instrumental in designing and executing various landmark projects under his leadership in the past. Is the presentation not visible?
Yeah, it's not visible. Kindly share your presentation. Yeah, please, it's visible now. Please continue.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's visible now. It's visible now.
The Indian Nurserymen Association has presentations from various states like Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, Haryana, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, and UP. INA is registered as a non-governmental organization and is a lifetime committee member of Confederation of Indian Horticulture under National Horticulture Board, Ministry of Agriculture. It has been 33 years of establishment till 2020 of INA. INA is a network of strength, support, and success as it partners with all the stakeholders like horticulture industry, including landscape and forest industry, plant breeders, greenhouses, and nursery growers, retailers, florists, students, educators, researchers, and manufacturers. It strives to be influential advocates, authoritative educators, collaborative across the industry, fervent supporters of plant businesses, and passionate promoters of healthy and green communities. The Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers' Welfare called on Indian Nurserymen Association over a video conferencing meeting to discuss the problems that were faced by nursery sector during the lockdown last year. Shri YP Singh, the president of INA, is tirelessly pushing the agenda for the upliftment of the nursery sector through National Horticulture Board of Government of India and has been submitting proposals and demands in order to bring many financial schemes for the nursery sector. Indian Nurserymen Association raised the issues directly associated with our nursery sector, and Ministry shared the updated action points to those regards. The Department of Agriculture to relaunch the subsidiary scheme for polyhouse gases and greenhouse gases for all type of nurseries. INA always advocated the government to conduct a national survey and map out all nurseries according to their product and setups. INA raised the issue of Nursery Act, against which we submitted a written notes for 2 months back. Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India and the Export Promotion Council for Horticulture Products approved the formation of Flowers and Plants Export Council of India, which will be an autonomous body under the ministry to promote the horticulture export of plants and flowers from India. The aim is to increase the export up to 60 million US dollars by 2020. Apart from India, the presence of Indian Nurserymen Association is in various countries of the world, such as Japan, Vietnam, Lebanon, South Africa, Netherlands, Italy, Colombia, Bangladesh, and many more. The membership of INE is free, and people must be of 21 years of age on the date of admission to be a member. They can also visit the website indiannurserymen.com/membership. We have our publication and a monthly magazine, Nursery Today, and the Directive for Horticulture Industry. Thank you. Over to you, Sachin, sir.
Thank you, madam, for sharing your views and activities of Indian Nurserymen Association. Today we have the topic of for Vedina's aromatic plant business scope for nursery development. हम सभी जानते हैं कि इंडस्ट्री में बहुत चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, इंडिया में भी चेंजेस आ रहे हैं. ग्लोबली क्या चल रहा है, क्या नहीं चल रहा है, इसका हमें सबको पता होना चाहिए. और उसी तरह से एरोमेटिक प्लांट्स इंडस्ट्री ग्रो कर रही है, लेकिन इंडिया में जिस तरह का उसका ग्रोथ होना चाहिए वो थोड़ा कम स्वरूप में है. इसलिए हमारे पास हमको ज्ञान देने के लिए, हमारा नॉलेज बढ़ाने के लिए, हमारी क्वेरीज दूर करने के लिए आज हमारे साथ स्पीकर जुड़े हुए हैं. तीनों स्पीकर का मैं फिर से एक बार स्वागत करता हूं. आज के जो हमारे स्पीकर है, पहले मच्छिंद्र चौधरी साहब. प्रोफेशनली ही इज ओनर ऑफ रूबिकॉन वाटर इंजीनियरिंग प्राइवेट लिमिटेड. इट इज इन बॉम्बे, महाराष्ट्र. He is the co-CEO of Aromatic Private Limited. He did his MSc from Pune University. After that, उन्होंने कुछ प्राइवेट कंपनीज में काम किया, लेकिन समाज के लिए कुछ करना चाहिए, उस हेतु से उन्होंने थोड़ा सा वाटर प्यूरिफिकेशन में हेल्प कैसा रहे, तो इसलिए ही एंटर्स इन द वाटर इंजीनियरिंग. उसके साथ साथ काम करते हुए उनको एक ध्यान में आया कि फार्मर्स के लिए हम लोगों ने कुछ करना चाहिए, नेचर के लिए कुछ करना चाहिए. उस हिसाब से उन्होंने he started the working with aromatic plant industry. सभी पार्टिसिपेंट से रिक्वेस्ट है कि कीप देयर माइक्रोफोन ऑन म्यूट. इट्स माय हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स टू कीप देयर माइक्रोफोन ऑन म्यूट.
कर लेता कि फोन ही नहीं बज रहा था. ये जा
Hello. Hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Earlier I was on mute or?
Yes, yes.
No,
Oh. So today, again, today we have with us our speaker, Machhindra Chaudhary, sir. He's the owner of Rubicon Water Engineering Private Limited. He's co-CEO of Neuroscience Private LLP. Sir did his MSc Chemistry from Pune University. चौधरी सर के बारे में जितना बोला जाए उतना कम है. A passionate person, enthusiastic person who loves the nature. उन्होंने सबके हेल्थ को संभाला है. वो उनका मेजर काम, ही इज वर्किंग इन द वाटर इंजीनियरिंग. उनको मैंने नजदीक से देखा है काम करते हुए, एंड आई विल बी वेरी हैप्पी टू नो दैट ही इज वेरी डूइंग गुड इन एरोमेटिक प्लांट्स. जो भी एरोमेटिक प्लांट्स है उनके प्रति उनका लगाव हमने नजदीक से देखा है. सर का जो भी काम है उन्होंने पहले अपने खेती से स्टार्ट किया. एरोमेटिक प्लांट्स में उन्होंने अपनी खेती में प्लांट्स लगवाए, उसका प्रोपोगेशन कैसे होता है, उसका कल्टीवेशन कैसे होता है, इस तरह से उन्होंने अपनी जानकारी इकट्ठा की. उसका पूरा ज्ञान का संकलन करके उन्होंने ये चीजों का डिस्टिलेशन किया, ऑयल एक्सट्रैक्शन किया, उसका मार्केटिंग किया. और such a knowledgeable person is today with us, so we are very fortunate that today we are with Mr. Chaudhary sir. He do the extraction of oil by steam distillation, is manufacturing distillation unit, is also working on the sewage treatment and efficient treatment plant. So today we have with us a very great personality in aromatic plant industry, Mr. Machhindra Chaudhary sir. So on behalf of Indian Nursery Association, I welcome him and I request him to give his presentation. So over to you, Chaudhary sir.
Thank you, Indian Nursery Association, for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge of aromatic farming to all my farmers of India. And also I am welcoming all farmers connected for this webinar. तो साथियों, आज का जो सब्जेक्ट है, सचिन जी ने अभी इंट्रोडक्शन करवाया मेरा, तो इतना कुछ ज्यादा ग्रेट मत समझो, बट मैं कुछ जो शेयर करना चाहता हूँ वो छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जिससे अपने एग्रीकल्चर इकोनॉमी में बहुत बड़ा बदलाव आ सकता है. और हमारा जो इंडिया है उसके अंदर में जो बायोडाइवर्सिटी है उसकी एक प्रॉपर यूटिलाइजेशन हो सकती है उसके अंदर. अभी थोड़ा मैं आपको ब्रीफ करता हूँ एरोमेटिक क्रॉप्स के बारे में. क्या है कि जो एरोमेटिक क्रॉप्स है ना, तो उसका मेन जो भी नॉलेज है वो अपने वेदास में है. इसमें देखो एरोमेटिक थेरेपी के बारे में बहुत कुछ लिखा हुआ है वेदास में. दिस इज आवर एंशिएंट नॉलेज. बट आज इंडिया का पोजीशन ऐसा है कि एरोमेटिक इंडस्ट्री में हमारा खाली 2% शेयर बचा है और वर्ल्ड का शेयर जो भी है 98% है. तो जो चीज हमारे यहाँ पे पली थी, जिसका नॉलेज हमको था, उसको हम लोग ने कभी का छोड़ दिया है. तो ये एरोमेटिक क्रॉप्स क्या है, उसके यूजेस क्या है, उसके बेनिफिट क्या है, उसकी कमर्शियल वैल्यू क्या है, उसके ऊपर थोड़ी बात करते हैं, उसको समझते हैं. देखो, हम लोग पहले से जानते हैं कि भारत एक खेती प्रधान देश है, कृषि प्रधान देश है. उसके अंदर में कृषि के लिए वो पहले से जाना जाता है. हमारे यहाँ पे जो बायोडाइवर्सिटी है, हमारे यहाँ पे माइनस टेम्परेचर से लेके 40-50 डिग्री तक का टेम्परेचर का वेरिएशन है. हमारे यहाँ पे पहाड़ है, झीलें हैं, नदियां हैं. हमारे यहाँ पे प्लेन लैंड है, फ्लैट टॉप प्लॉटून्स है. हर टाइप का बायोडाइवर्सिटिकल क्लाइमेट हमारे पास है. और ये क्लाइमेट के अंदर में अलग अलग प्लांट्स पहले से होते थे, बट उसका इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं मालूम था. देखो, हमारे घर में जैसा कोई वैल्यूएबल चीज है, उसका इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं तो किधर तो पड़ी रहेगी. ऐसा ही इसके साथ हुआ है. तो एक उसका ब्रीफ करता हूँ कि अराउंड अभी वर्ल्ड का अगर हम लोग सर्वे करते हैं तो 80 to 90,000 करोड़ का 80 to 90,000 करोड़ का पोटेंशियल है एरोमेटिक इंडस्ट्री का. तो उसके अंदर में हमारा कंट्रीब्यूशन खाली 3% है, नॉट मोर देन 3%. सो हमको उसको बढ़ाना है. उसमें अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्या है, कौन
चौधरी
कौन सी
सर,
क्रॉप है ये हम लोग थोड़ा कवर करते हैं अभी वन बाय वन.
चौधरी सर, सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू, लेकिन आपको यू हैव टू डू द योर प्रेजेंटेशन इन मिक्स लैंग्वेज, बोथ इन हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश, सो एवरीबडी कैन अंडरस्टैंड. देयर आर सम पीपल फ्रॉम साउथ इंडिया आल्सो, and there are
Okay,
few
no
people
problem, no
those
problem.
who are not able to understand the English, so just you
Yeah,
please
yeah,
mix both the languages.
yeah.
Sorry to
Definitely,
interrupt you, sir.
I'll mix everything together so that everybody can understood everything. So the friends, we are the India having lot of biodiversity. What are the opportunities there in aromatic farming? Let us know about that. We are starting these presentations about aromatic farming. Screen share करना जरा, screen share करना सचिन सर.
Shivangi madam, please allow him to share the screen.
Yes, sir.
तो अभी हम लोग थोड़ा स्टार्टअप करते हैं. देयर आर सर्टन प्लांट्स इन इंडिया दैट कैन बी कल्टिवेटेड. उसका कल्टीवेशन करके हम लोगों को उससे एक अच्छा उत्पाद मिल सकता है. तो हम लोग अभी थोड़ा एक एक प्लांट के बारे में थोड़ा जानते हैं. तो देखो ये एरोमेटिक प्लांट का जो भी है उसका अलग अलग प्लांट्स आते हैं. कुछ प्लांट का जो भी है रूट से तेल निकलता है. रूट मीन्स जो भी प्लांट जमीन के अंदर में जो रूट्स गए हैं ना उससे हम लोग उसको तेल निकालते हैं. जैसे हम लोगों को सबको मालूम रहेगा खस करके उसमें से एक प्लांट आता है. खस इज द समथिंग ग्रास टाइप ऑफ प्लांट. उसके रूट से तेल निकाला जाता है. और वुड्स के बारे में तो मालूम है सबको कि सैंडलवुड का तेल सबको मालूम है, सीधावुड का मालूम है, रोजवुड मालूम है. कुछ प्लांट ऐसे कि जिसके राइजोम से भी तेल निकलता है. तो राइजोम में जिंजर वगैरह जो प्लांट आता है तो जो भी कुछ नागरमोथा टाइप प्लांट है राइजोम से हम लोग उससे तेल निकालते हैं. बार्क में तेल होता है, फ्लावर्स में तेल होता है, सीड्स के अंदर में भी तेल होता है. तो ये अलग अलग प्लांट जो भी है उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा जानते हैं हम लोग कि इसका इकोनॉमी क्या है, कैसा है, व्हाट आर द major commercial benefits of these plants. Seeing this scenario, अभी at present जो भी है ना, whatever we are cultivating, the case of sugar cane, around 2,50,000 sugar cane is dumped in India. That is not required, but that is dumped in India, and we are lacking in aromatic plantations. So, friends, we'll start with some knowledge of some aromatic plantations. And based on this, we'll learn what are the benefits, what are the uses of oil, and where we are able to sell that. उसके बारे में भी थोड़ी जानकारी हम लोग लेते हैं. तो देखिए आपको मैं थोड़ा सा अभी प्लांट के बारे में बताता हूँ. Then we'll come back to the uses. See this, these are the some plants. Just you have a look over some plants. You see the geranium is there, lemongrass is there, rosemary, chamomile. This is vetiver, tulsi, palmarosa, citrinola. Even haldi is the aromatic plant. Haldi can be used as a medicinal plant, also as an aromatic plant. This is a patchouli. And the rose you know better way. Rose day के बारे में आपको मालूम रहेगा रोज की कितनी इम्पोर्टेंस है. But beyond that, beyond rose day and आपका जो भी बुके आता है ना उससे भी रोज का इम्पोर्टेंस बहुत बड़ा है. अगर आप जानते रहेंगे कि द बल्गेरिया इज द कंट्री वेयर देयर इज अ रोज एंड लेवेंडर प्लांटेशन. यू नो फ्रेंड्स, द बल्गेरिया कंट्री का साइज जो है दैट इज नॉट अराउंड एक मुंबई के जितना साइज है. दैट इज अराउंड 500 टाइम्स छोटा साइज है महाराष्ट्र के कंपैरिजन में. बट द एग्रीकल्चर इकोनॉमी इज अराउंड 1.5 times than Maharashtra. They are only doing rose plantation and lavender plantation. The cost of rose oil is around 5 lakh to 15 lakh rupees per kg. This is the beauty of this business. But in India, we are from ancient period we are doing rose plantations. Somewhere in this Kanpur nearby area in Kanoj, many farmers having that bhabka type distillation unit. They are producing the best quality rose water, and we are exporting that. Some plants are there, their economies are there, but we'll now go one by one. we'll understood what are the benefits, what are the this business potentials for this aromatic plants. So this to encash this potential, the potential is around 80 to 90,000 crore, and we are only 2 to 3%. So that government has established one body that is called CINAP, Central Institute of Medicinal and Aromatic Plant, जिसके अंदर में अराउंड 100 के ऊपर साइंटिस्ट काम करते हैं. लखनऊ में उसका मेन सेंटर है. ऑल ओवर इंडिया दे हैव गॉट मेनी ब्रांचेस. तो वहां से वो लोग थोड़ा अलग अलग जो मेडिसिनल एंड एरोमेटिक प्लांट है, उसमें अभी हम लोग आज बात करने हैं वाले हैं एरोमेटिक्स के ऊपर. तो एरोमेटिक प्लांट्स का वो जो भी है इकोनॉमी क्या है, पर एकड़ कितना उत्पादन मिल सकता है, उसमें अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्या है बिजनेस की, कितना मैन पावर का रोजगार बढ़ सकता है. इवन दे हैव क्रिएटेड वन डाटा इन दैट कि खाली मिंट के खेती में 4 करोड़ लोगों को लेबर मिलता है एक साल के अंदर में, मिंट की खेती के अंदर में. तो इतनी मिंट की खेती हमारे यहाँ पे हो रही है. अराउंड 35,000 टन ऑयल हम लोग अभी मिंट का निकाल रहे हैं. इवन तुलसी का भी हम लोग 20,000 टन निकाल रहे हैं. ये अलग अलग जो भी हम लोग एरोमेटिक के प्लांट्स के बारे में जानेंगे. व्हाट वी आर targeting is to be independent in entire agriculture. What we are producing is the crops which are edible, but these are the different crops. These crops are having different value. This crop is having a medicinal value and aromatic value. But the beauty of this plant is that they doesn't have any expiry. Whatever essential oils are there, you produce it, you can sell after 20 years. There is no expiry. अगर आप अभी प्रोड्यूस करते हो कोई चावल वगैरह, उसका 1 साल तक एक्सपायरी है, बट वेजिटेबल्स यू कांट कीप फॉर मोर देन 2 days. अगर उसके उसी पीरियड में अगर आपका रेट है मार्केट में, देन विल गेट समथिंग, बट इसेंशियल ऑयल इज डिफरेंट वन. और ऐसा है कि कभी कभी क्या होता है कि देयर आर सर्टेन टाउन्स वेयर पीपल फाउंड डूइंग एग्रीकल्चर वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बिकॉज वहां पे जानवरों का बहुत ज्यादा उपद्रव होता है. There are some animals, they are attacking the field. There are buffaloes, जंगली buffaloes है. These are there some जहाँ पे हम लोग यहाँ पे महाराष्ट्र के अंदर में भी बहुत सारे ऐसे टाउन्स है. They are suffered with that particular सुअर वगैरह जो आते हैं ना, जंगली सुअर. They are destroying entire crop in overnight. But these crops are not eaten by any animals. These are safe considering any animal. Animal never enter into the crops because they doesn't like this. So this beauty of this crop is that you can preserve this for a long time. If there is no proper rates to your oil, then you can keep for certain period. That is not the problem. And even you can maintain your agriculture from the distance. And the third major benefit is that you can cultivate in some wasteland also. Wasteland को fertile land करने में बहुत काम आता है. There are certain variety of tulsi. They are detoxifying our land. Abhi, you know that our land is get deteriorated due to number of chemicals that we are putting to get maximum yield. But this inorganic chemicals spoil our lands, spoil our environment. Now abhi position ऐसा है कि वो land में कुछ भी आने को तैयार नहीं. This is the disaster. And the most of the aromatic plants रिक्वायर्ड बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स. इवन अभी इसमें एक हम लोगों ने मॉडल डेवलप किया है कि जो भी हम लोग अभी प्लांटेशन सबको दिखा रहे हैं, तो उसके अंदर में कुछ मॉडल्स डेवलप किए हम लोगों ने कि जहां पे अगर आपको एक फ्लो के साथ इसको करना है, तो उसमें उसको एक प्रोफेशनल टच दिया हुआ है कि अगर कोई भी फार्मर खेती करता है ना, ही इज अनप्रेडिक्टेबल व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन after the production. He doesn't know. But if you are able to maintain this as a company, अगर aromatic crops में क्या है कि अगर आपको production करने के बाद मालूम है after 1 year I am going to get 120 liter oil of pacholi, 80 liter of oil of tulsi after 6 months. There is a fixed rate to particular oil, and there is a first of all that there is a fixed and confirm income, because there is a prediction you can make बिकॉज इसके अंदर में क्या है कि कोई भी क्रॉप आपको मालूम है हम लोग 30 टन टमाटो का उत्पादन कर सकते हैं, बट उसका रेट कितना रहेगा दैट इज नॉट इन योर हैंड. Aromatic oils are having almost consistent rate since 25 years in India and consistent growth rate is there. Because अभी सिनेरियो क्या है कि जो भी ऑयल हम लोग प्रोडक्शन करते हैं हमारे इंडिया में अलग अलग ऑयल की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है उसी को हम लोग फुलफिल नहीं कर पा रहे. Only this oil you consider this mint oil and tulsi oil we are producing and matching our requirements, but patchouli, rose, geranium, vetiver, everything we are importing. So the friends, we are starting with some uh, cultivation practices of some oils, some crops. First of all, we'll see how to produce. This is a beautiful product because in Maharashtra now everyone is focusing on geranium. There was a stage before 3 years in Maharashtra we are not producing more than 1 ton oil per annum. The farming was very less, not more than 100, 200 acres. But the scenario in 4 to 5 years is that around 6,000 acre land is under geranium cultivation. And out of that, around 3,000 acre land, practically production of oil has been started in Maharashtra. The geranium oil is the oil that we required around 450 tons in India. But the production was only 5 tons till 2 years back. But this year we are crossing more than 20 tons all over the India, and the major part is coming from the Maharashtra. Maharashtra was nowhere in geranium. I think that we are only 5% in Maharashtra in geranium, and now the scenario is that Maharashtra is producing 95% geranium oil out of all oil in the India, because we have taken consistent efforts, encourage the farmers, and the farmers now came to know this is the most of the professional product, professional crop. If you cultivate properly geranium, that will not only change our lifestyle, but that will convert farmers to the professional one. Because I'll explain in simple what is the geranium and what are the climatic conditions, what are the yields, uh, and uh, and please note down your questions also. At the end of session, I'll answer all your queries. Whatever queries are there, you just note down right now. I'm starting with some geranium cultivation practices. So there are certain varieties. The variety that is Bourbon variety is there, that is promoted by CMAC. This variety is previously were cultivated in Nilgiris, in hilly areas, in cold climate. But due to the limitation of cultivation, and there is only 20 to 25 kg oil per year, the geranium farming has been depleted from 1,500 hectare to 200 hectares only in 3 5 years. And recently, we have started this cultivation of Kelkar variety, that is Keva Flavor Company in Mumbai. The turnover of the company is more than 20,000 crores. They are the pioneer in aromatic industries. And with the help of them, we started propagating this variety. Some people calling this Chinese geranium also. तो ये जो जेरेनियम की वैरायटी है, तो people are having some myths. Geranium is coming under 35 degree. Geranium is not surviving this, that, and lot of mispracticings where we are using this. देखो friends, क्या होता है कि any crop that is new to us, we have to do R&D, we have to take practical trials, we have to experience that. After our experiences, there is a specific methodology develops. Why I'm talking on geranium too much? Because this is the one crop that will change your economy. If the saturation limits come to geranium, then we'll see. Because all over the world, around 3,000 plus ton of geranium oil is required, and in India, around 4,000 to 500 ton geranium oil is required. For 10,000 this 5,500 meter cube geranium oil. The land required is around 1,000 acre. And the till potential is very huge. And if we are producing more than 500 ton, then also there is a potential for export. Previously, we are nowhere in mentha oil. Now we are exporting 10,000 plus tonnage of mentha oil across the world. Why not to export? Why not to catch the potential? And even one parallel thing you should know, the geranium oil consumption was only 2 tons per year 10 years back. Then 8 years back, 5 tons per year. Then 6 years back, only 10 to 15 tons. The requirement is gradually increasing. In the past 5 6 years, this requirement are increasing drastically because in 21st century middle, we were using only plant-based essential oils and fragrances across the world. नेचुरल ऑयल का जमाना था. देन ये 20th सेंचुरी के आसपास में 31-35 साल के आसपास में द सिंथेटिक जमाना आ गया. सब सिंथेटिक ऑयल्स, सिंथेटिक परफ्यूम्स, एवरीथिंग केम and the cost is low. There is a consistency of quality and even very intense smell and everything was there in synthetic. But adverse effects, words came to know. There is a cancer, there is a asthma type, very serious diseases are happening, and the entire natural essentials oil preventing that disease. When world came to know the disaster of these synthetic oils, IFRA is the body handling all these perfumery companies under one roof. They have banned around 178 countries. I think that figure might be changed. 178 countries had banned this number of synthetic chemicals, synthetic oils, because of their disaster effect on mankind. So, friends, the emerging many of our synthetic components are going to ban 101%. And the requirements of this geranium oil is 400-500 tons. But see, in the coming 3-5 years or before 10 years, in upcoming 10 years, the requirement will go above 1,000 tons in India only. We need to cultivate in 30,000 hectare of land only geranium. This is the scenario of geranium. I'm explaining you the economy of geranium now because I think that I'm going very vast. We are having a limited time. This geranium crop ka bare mein jo hai, the information is like that. In 1 acre of land, we'll take a 1 acre because hectare nobody understood. Some people understood, some people not understood. I want to explain you that in 1 acre land, we have to plant around 8,000 geranium plants. Plantation of the plant is done with different fashions. Sometimes the distance between row is 3 feet, sometimes is 2 feet, sometimes is 4 feet. But overall number of practices, we came to conclusion that when there is a distance of around 4 feet between two rows and there is a distance of 1.25 feet between two plants, or approximately 8,000 plants, 8,000 plants fit हो जाते हैं 1 acre के अंदर. So 1 acre required 8,000 plants of geranium, and once you cultivated, the crop is lasting for 3 years. 3 years, the beauty of the crop. So friends, in 3 years, around approximately there you can take around 12 crops. अभी देखो कोई ओनियन का हम लोग ये करते हैं. This is a crop of around 3 to 4 months ओनियन crop. सिंगल क्रॉप के अंदर में जो भी एक्सपेंसेस है, सीड्स का एक्सपेंसेस है, आपका फर्टिलाइजर का एक्सपेंस है, ऑल टुगेदर अगर एक्सपेंस की बात करते हैं जेरेनियम की एक क्रॉप की, तो दैट इज नॉट टू मच. एक क्रॉप के अंदर में यू नीड ओनली, अभी देखो ये 12 क्रॉप के बारे में बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि एक साल में कितना एक्सपेंस आता है उसको आप कैलकुलेट करो कोई हिसाब से, बिकॉज सिंगल क्रॉप इज इंपॉर्टेंट. सिंगल क्रॉप में जितना एक्सपेंस आता है यू कैन मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3, दैट विल बी द एक्सपेंस ऑफ 1 ईयर. बट सिंगल क्रॉप का इकोनॉमी अगर हम लोग जानना चाहते हैं तो अराउंड लेबर का कॉस्ट जो भी आता है आपका, वीड्स वगैरह निकालना है, कटिंग करना है उसका एट द टाइम ऑफ डिस्टिलेशन, दैट कम्स अराउंड 20,000 रुपीज मैक्सिमम। एंड उसका फर्टिलाइजर का कॉस्ट जो भी है आपका 10,000 है, तो 30,000 इज द कॉस्ट। और उसका डिस्टिलेशन कॉस्ट एक आता है जहाँ पे आपको फ्यूल वगैरह लगता है, तो वो सब ऑल टुगेदर जो कॉस्टिंग है जेरेनियम का, दैट इज अराउंड आपका 50,000 के आसपास में आता है मैक्सिमम। एंड मिनिमम जो आता है 30,000 आता है। 30,000 to 54,000 इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ वन क्रॉप, बिकॉज द कॉस्ट इज डिपेंड अपॉन रीजन टू रीजन। फर्टिलाइजर्स का आपका रिक्वायरमेंट अलग अलग होता है, अलग अलग जगह पे लेबर का कॉस्ट भी अलग अलग होता है, और जो भी फ्यूल है उसका भी कॉस्ट अलग अलग होता है। बट एक क्रॉप के अंदर में, सिंगल क्रॉप में, यू विल गेट अराउंड 12 to 15 ton biomass. But in India, this was the previous figure. Now, with the good practice of cultivation, in some farms, we achieve more than 20 ton biomass, means 20 kg oil per cutting. Means we gone above 60 kg also per acre. The cost of oil is around 12,500 rupees. Considering that the oil we are getting from 1 acre is around 5 lakh to 6 lakh rupees oil we are getting from 1 acre, and the cost of geranium cultivation per year is not more than 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh. Means when we deduct this cost, we are getting minimum 3 lakh profit, minimum, and maximum 4 lakh profit per acre in geranium farming. This is the beauty of the product, because no other crop can give you consistent profit. देखो ओनियन में कभी कभी या टमाटो में कभी कभी यू विल गेट ह्यूज प्रॉफिट मिलता है, बट वंस इन अ 5 ईयर, ट्वाइस इन अ 5 ईयर्स, बाकी एवरेज निकालोगे तो 1 ईयर का इवन कैश क्रॉप में कुछ भी जाओ तो दैट प्रॉफिट इज नॉट मोर देन 1 लाख रुपीज। इतना अच्छा प्रॉफिट है। तो जिरेनियम में जो प्रॉफिट सेंटर क्या है आपका, कि यू विल गेट प्रॉफिट फ्रॉम द ऑयल। इवन में हमारा जो कंपनी है, वी जॉइंटली डेवलप एसोसिएशन विद फार्मर्स। हम लोग एक मोटिव लेके अराउंड 50 के ऊपर प्लांट डाले हैं हम लोगों ने महाराष्ट्र के अंदर में, फार्मर्स के खेत में जाके। तो फार्मर्स इज प्रोड्यूसिंग ऑयल, वी आर एक्सट्रैक्टिंग एसेंशियल ऑयल। एक कॉम्बिनेशन में कुछ मॉडल्स डेवलप किए, फर्टिगेशन प्रोग्राम बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल बनाया है इसके अंदर। नॉर्मली लेसर में लेजर, जितना कम हम लोग केमिकल का यूज कर सकते हैं उतना हम लोगों ने कम रखा है। जेरेनियम का जो भी हम लोगों ने एक उसके अंदर में फर्टिलाइजर डाला है, तो मैक्सिमम वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन वर्मी कंपोस्ट और फार्म यार्ड मैन्यूअर। अगर इसका हम लोग अच्छे से यूज करते हैं तो ऑर्गेनिक कार्बन जमीन के अंदर में अच्छा मेंटेन होता है। व्हाई ऑर्गेनिक कार्बन इज रिक्वायर्ड? बिकॉज essential oil in geranium or many of the aromatic crops is not their main product. This is the secondary metabolite that appears in starving conditions. और इसको प्लांट को अंदर में जो डेवलप होता है, that developed by bacteria, that developed by certain conditions when appear into the plants, और ये conditions का जो भी आना है उसके लिए मैक्सिमम जैविक या बायो फर्टिलाइजर का रिक्वायरमेंट होता है। We developed a nice blend of biofertilizer that is very cheap. Even we are giving formulations, even you can produce in your own farm also. Our motive is not to sell any fertilizer yet, but our motive is to reduce uses of chemicals. We spoiling our lands. They're building up huge residue of inorganic salt in our lands. This EC value is very high. That is around about more than 2,000. In many places, I found that this conductivity of the land is increases because of the deposition of huge salts. The plant is gets salinated. The main purpose of our fertilizer is to reduce that chemical fertilizer and give us flexibility to farmer to produce his own fertilizer also. तो दोस्तों इसके अंदर में ऐसा कि जो अभी इकोनॉमी में जो बता रहा था आपको जेरेनियम के बारे में, तो प्लांटिंग मटेरियल का कॉस्ट है आपका अराउंड 50,000 के आसपास में आता है, बट दैट कॉस्ट इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इन 12 क्रॉप्स। द पर कॉस्ट इज नॉट मोर देन 4,000 रुपीज। अगर आपका अभी फर्टिलाइजर का कॉस्ट निकालते हैं, प्रोपोगेशन का कॉस्ट निकालते हैं इसका, तो ओवरऑल 1 लाख के ऊपर कॉस्ट नहीं आता है, और आपका 1 ईयर का जो प्रॉफिट है दैट इज 3 लाख प्लस जीरेनियम के अंदर में आता है. फर्दर इंफॉर्मेशन आई विल गिव यू. विल स्टार्ट टू नाउ अनदर क्रॉप. लेट मी टेक अ 1 minute break. I am having some water. Sachin sir, hello. We are now focusing on citronal oil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
So this is the beautiful plant. I think that this is looks like a grass. तो सिट्रेनोला जो है ना, उसके अंदर में अभी आप स्क्रीन पे देख रहे हो कि क्या क्या मेजर कंटेंट्स है. जिरेनियम में भी रोडिनॉल जैसे कंटेंट होते हैं, जिरेनॉल जैसे कंटेंट होते हैं. सेम कंटेंट्स यू कैन सी इन द सिट्रेनोल ऑयल. दिस इज अ वेरी गुड ऑयल. आपको मालूम रहेगा कि आपने कभी ओडोमोस देखा रहेगा ना घर के अंदर में, तो ओडोमोस कंटेंट सिट्रेनोला. दिस इज अ रिपेलेंट, and this is the best repellent of insects and mosquito, and the major across the world. If you use this citronal oil instead of chemical based mosquito repellents, that will be very helpful for your health. And most of the cosmetic industries using this oil for in detergents, in fragrances for soaps and many cosmetics. तो इस सिट्रिनोला का हम लोग अगर अपन देखते हैं, हाँ,
Those I humbly request. I kindly request all the participants to keep their microphone mute, please. Mr. Chaudhary is sharing very valuable information for all of us. Please keep your microphone on mute. Shivangi madam, please put all the participants on the mute.
Yes, sir. I have done it several times, but it was.
You put on mute, please.
Yes, I have done it. Oops.
तो अभी सिट्रिनोला के बारे में एकदम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बात करते हैं. ये ग्रास होता है. अगर आपका कोई भी खेत है ना, वट एवर फीड इज देयर, you have to plant slips of the citronella plants. The citronella, one slip converts into a bunch of plants. Around 150 to 200 plants get developed in one bench. We have to remove that bunch. We have to take out individual slips. We have to cut aerial portion, and the root above half inch we have to cut, and we have to plant this slip. Around 18 slip we have to plant. And the planting distance, there is again different type of methods. Sometimes in some cases, some places, if you are using going for the dense farming, that is also betterment that resist weeds. Once you can doing dense farming, that will reduce your weeds. So that there are different cultivation practices: 40 by 45 centimeter, 60 by 60 centimeter, 30 by 45 centimeter. According to land, you have to select this cultivation practices, and approximately 15,000 to 25,000 slips required per acre. And the per slip cost is not more than 1 rupees. And varieties I will tell you in India. CMAF has got Java variety that is having a very good variety, but latest very good variety is developed by Nest, and that is called C5. The very good oil percentage and harvest percentage we found in this variety. We already cultivated this variety, and oil percentage is around 1.2%. Once you cultivate the crop, after 120 days, your first harvest came. And again, the fertilization practice is same. Around throughout the year, 20 kg this phosphorus and potash, and nitrogen around 60 kg per year in 3 splits, 3 equal time you have to distribute this nitrogen after every cutting. Around 100 kg nitrogen is also suitable some area, because there is a deplete nitrogen in that soil. In that case, you can go for the higher quantity also. तो सिट्रिनोला के अंदर में जो भी फर्टिलाइजेशन प्रैक्टिस है वो भी सिंपल है. That doesn't require much sprays because rarely the diseases are coming, but crop is self-protective even. And main beauty of the product is that that doesn't require much attention. उसका क्या है कि once you cultivate it, after 120 days first harvest will come, and then repeatedly this harvesting is coming after around 45 to 60 days. तो ऑल टुगेदर अराउंड एक 1 ईयर के अंदर में अगर फर्स्ट हार्वेस्ट को छोड़ दो, फर्स्ट कटिंग को छोड़ दो, देन every 2 months means around 6 harvests coming in a year. Altogether, if you are doing very good attention to the crop, you can go up to 20 ton biomass, but the minimum you can get around 15 ton biomass per year from the this citronella crop. And oil yield is around 1.2% maximum. The cultivation period is, you are seeing the cultivation period is monsoon is the best for this crop, but you can cultivate February, March, July, October, and after cultivation, I told you that the first harvest will come about 3 months later, and rest of the harvesting is coming after every 2 months time period. तो दोस्तों अभी इसके अंदर में आपको मैंने एक आपको बताया कि द प्लांटेशन जो करना है सिट्रिनोला का कैसा करना है, क्या करना है. तो ये देखो आप ये स्लिप्स को देख रहे हो कि ये स्लिप्स के अंदर में हम लोगों ने दिखाया कि स्लिप्स का हम लोगों को प्रोपोगेशन करके लगाना है. वी हैव टू सो दिस टाइप ऑफ स्लिप्स 15 to 20,000 slips in one acre. The cost of sowing is around about 30,000 rupees if you consider 1 rupees cost. But once you cultivate it in 1 acre, you can generate your own slips at your own farm. This is the cost of cultivation, and the cost of fertilizer per year is for citronella is not more than 15,000. The cost of this labor is not more than 10-15,000 for citronella. This is the crop that required very less assistance. Only we have to water the crop after interval of 7 to 10 days, and in very this rainy season that doesn't require any water much more. Winter you can water it after 10 days, but in summer season that required 5 to 7 days watering. Again, I'm telling about the economy. The cost of this oil we are getting in the market is around 1,500 rupees, 1,200 to 1,500 rupees. And the oil yield is 1.2%. Considering 15 ton biomass and 1.2% oil yield, around 200 kg oil we are able to get easily from 1 acre. And considering this present cost of the oil, around 2 lakh to 2,25,000 will be the gross income from this crop. And expenses when we deduct from the gross income, altogether we are able to get around 1,50,000 to 2 lakh rupees profit from the crop very easily. The land that is not suitable for other crops can be also utilized for citronella, provided there should have a irrigated facility, water irrigation facility, and distillation facility should be there. The beauty of the main product is that in case of geranium, there are 80 distillations, and from 80 distillation we are getting 40 kg oil, and in citronella there is maximum 30 distillation, and we are getting around 200 kg oil. The distillation is not that much higher in this crop. Again, I want to brief some other crops that are suitable for India. One this beautiful crop you are saying, this pacholi. So pacholi alcohol is the main ingredient from this essential oil, and the highest yield pacholi alcohol oil is available in India. Recently, Nest has developed one variety, even Kelkar has developed one variety that is having pacholi alcohol around more than 30 to 35%. This is the best variety, and cultivation practices also very easy. Like geranium, once we cultivated, this crop can last for the long time, 2-3 years, and we can propagate these crops from the saplings, and the node of sapling can generate another plants. Around 15,000 plants we have to cultivate in 1 acre, and from this Pacholi plantation, we are getting around 10 ton biomass per acre, and dry biomass we have to convert this to the dry biomass, and from dry biomass we are getting more than 1.5% oil in Pacholi. Altogether, we can get around 60 kg oil per acre. The rate of the oil is around 8,000 rupees, 6,000 to 8,000 rupees. Considering this, very good economy we can get again in Pacholi oil also. This is lemongrass. This is again equivalent to citrinola. There is only a little bit difference, because almost when an unknown person smells citrinola and lemongrass, he will resemble both the plants are same, and he will get even confused which is citrinola and which is lemongrass. But little bit lemon-like smell, and this beautiful product most of the time using people for this. Uh, you know, many people is having this lemongrass plants in their garden. They are cutting the plant and making lemongrass tea. But the main uses of the plant, citral and nerol are extracted, and the main uses are in cosmetic industry. Friends, whatever smells are there to the detergents you are using in your kitchen, and these detergents are having a top-notch smell. Most of the smells are coming from lemongrass. Hindustan Lever is the major buyer of this oil. Considering this, Hindustan Lever is the major buyer. So there is no harm doing lemongrass, because this is the oil that is consumed in all over the world. Huge quantity of oil is required. Huge potential is there. अभी आपको एक बात बताता हूँ कि in Assam there were many this tea gardens, 1,000 acre farms, 2,000 acre farms, 3,000 acre farms. But the depletion of rates are at the very speed level. Now many tea gardens are converted into the lemongrass cultivation hubs. I saw lemongrass farms where 3,000, 4,000 acre lemongrass on a single place, single town I saw in Assam and in Uttarakhand. I saw many the huge plantation at a one place gives many benefits. You can cut with the machine, like European people, this Russia, Europe, somewhere in America, most of the USA part, they are having wheat production totally mechanized. And I saw mechanized project of lemongrass. जो भी आपका उसका कटिंग है, कटिंग से लेके डिस्टिलेशन तक, if you do mechanized, the very low cost required for the harvesting and oil extraction, but the uses बहुत ज्यादा है lemongrass के, because lemongrass are having 4 varieties. I have cultivated all 4 varieties and different content. One variety of lemongrass I'm having with me. From that variety, we can able to produce bio pesticide. Whatever horticulture sector is there in India that suffers due to the rejection of residue in their fruits and whatever they are exporting. Once they are found residue, the material is get rejected, and all economy is get collapsed. Instead of chemical fertilizer, if one can use this lemongrass biopesticide, we developed almost this pesticide biofertilizer using this lemongrass, and that working very nicely. and we taken trials also. I think that this will be the promising product. The lemongrass variety which producing pesticide is the promising product for India, because we are suffering many diseases due to pesticides, and excess use of pesticide causing cancer, disorders in humanity, causing this hormonal imbalance, and lot of disease we are introduced because of these pesticides. I think that if you work on lemongrass variety which are producing biopesticide, this will be the miracle. Farmer will produce this, and whatever horticulture sector is there, that will get huge benefit for export. I think that this is the brief. I can cover many things to tell about lemongrass, but due to the time limit, I am shifting to another oil, that is the rose oil. You know that rose is the flower. When even we imagine rose flower in our mind, our mind state start changing. We feeling lovely, we feeling happy, we feeling very blissful when we remember rose. रोज का क्या है कि रोज इज वेरी सेंसिटिव ब्यूटीफुल फ्लावर, एंड उसको हम लोगों ने कैसे कि दिल के साथ रखा हुआ है. तो रोज ऑयल का भी वैसा ही है. रोज ऑयल का कंटेंट आप देख रहे हो ना, तो वर्ल्ड में एक लीडर है रोज का, दैट इज द बल्गेरिया. बल्गेरिया इज प्रोड्यूसिंग रोज ऑयल and lavender oil. The cost of rose oil is more than 5 lakhs per kg. Some variety of rose oil costing more than 15 lakh rupees per kg. 1 किलो रोज ऑयल का कॉस्ट 15 लाख के आसपास भी आता है. दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस प्रोडक्ट. बट उसके लिए जो लैंड और जो एनवायरमेंट लगता है, दिस इज ऑल्सो अवेलेबल इन इंडिया. यू गो टू उत्तराखंड. Uttarakhand is having that climate, but we are not having that awareness. If we develop the awareness, we can cultivate this rose also in Uttarakhand, in ranges of Dharamshala, Manali, Kullu. This is the sector, promising sector. Even lavender we can grow in Kashmir. That is already started in Kashmir, growing lavender and rose. But now the potential we are covering is very less. We have to move ahead. We have to compete with the country like Bulgaria. We have to learn their technology. We have to learn how to produce oil, how to produce byproducts, how to make a value addition in rose, and this will be the miracle for my brothers residing in Himachal Pradesh, in Kashmir, and in Uttarakhand. I think that enough information. And this is a jasmine oil. This is the flower you are seeing in our gardens. And flowers oil can be extracted by many other methods, because I have to cover this distillation also. So I am moving fast now. This is the palmaroja oil. Palmaroja is also like a grass of this lemongrass and citrinola. The beauty of the product is that doesn't require any attention. A very sandy loam, very unfertile land full of this inorganic contaminations can be used for palmaroja. Yeah, the palmaroja oil cost was 3,005 rupees, 3,500 rupees. But in 3-4 years in Gujarat, there is a huge plantation of palmaroja. Around more than 2 lakh hectare land came under cultivation of palmaroja. The cost is dropped, but till the crop is economical. See the beauty of this aromatic plants, because cost of palmaroja oil was around 3,500. That drops down around 2,000 rupees. But till this crop gives more than 1 lakh rupees per acre. That is 2 times economical than sugarcane. That doesn't require any water. That doesn't spoil your environment. That doesn't have any major disease. This is very simple grass, simple crops, but don't get frightened, because once we are getting saturation, the beauty is that the oils doesn't have expiry also. So it's possible to propagate this in future. considering this upcoming potential, once export will start, Palmaruja will again get the original price that where we are getting. This is a sandalwood oil. You friends know that the sandalwood is now very rare in India. सैंडलवुड चौथा साउथ के अंदर में काफी ज्यादा सैंडलवुड था. इंडिया वाज द वर्ल्ड पायोनियर इन सैंडलवुड. आपका जो हमारा जो सैंडलवुड है, द क्वालिटी ऑफ ऑयल वाज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल. दिस इज द मटेरियल ऑफ बेस्ट नोड मटेरियल. द बेस्ट नोड मटेरियल is the costlier material in base node, but now some projects have been started where commercial cultivation of sandalwood has been started. My friend in Maharashtra there has written many books on sandalwood and then research. Dr. Mokat from Pune University. You can contact him for sandalwood cultivation. He is the person done around 25 years research in sandalwood, can guide you properly in this cultivation. Cypress oil. This is again one opportunity. Eucalyptus. You are familiar with this plant, but many varieties are there in India. This we are calling Nilgiri also. Nilgiri oil. Nilgiri hills are there in south. In south, commercial cultivation of Nilgiri people are doing. I saw two purposes of cultivation of Nilgiri. One is for wood, one is for oil. But I think that if you can merge two purposes together, that will be more beneficial, because Nilgiri can grow easily anywhere that doesn't have any disease. But on wasteland or the land where we are not able to cultivate other crops, you can use this area, hills and other area, for Nilgiri cultivation. This is a lavender oil. This is a beautiful product, can be cultivated in Himachal, like Mussoorie and hills of the Uttarakhand, because this required low temperature. And in Kashmir, CSR has started developing very good varieties. You can get details of the variety from this Jammu center. I'll request you to go to the internet and search CMAP CSIR Jammu. You will get the numbers and contact details if you want. The chamomile oil. This is the blue oil. Chamomile oil color is blue oil, and the beautiful flower German chamomile can be used for as a green tea. Chamomile tea is having antioxidant properties, can heal your body, can cure your free radicals, and can cure your cancer-like disease also. This is very beautiful herbs that can be taken directly through tree, and the oil color is blue. From 1 acre, you can around 3 to 4 kg oil can be extracted. The cost of oil is around 50,000 per kg. These are the modes of production of essential oil. I think that we consume around 1 hour. In brief, we'll cover this distillation part now. See, the oils are there in every essential oil. Some plants are having oils in their flowers. Some plants are having oils in their leaves. Some plants are having oil in their bark. Some plants are having oil in their wood. And the distillation method for every plant is different. As far as the aerial portion concerned, as far as the leafy portion concerned, as far as the portion that is similar to the plants, you consider tulsi, geranium, patchouli. These are the plants. The oils are available in their leaves, in their little bit in their branches also. This oil can be extracted by using steam distillation. The steam distillation can be used for this distillation of some oils, and some oil can be extracted from hydrosteam distillation, and some oil can be extracted from this solvent extraction. We'll start with some technical things of distillation techniques. First of all, we'll consider distillation of so that geranium, tulsi, and patchouli, lemongrass, citrinola, vetiver, and rosemary. These are the plants. The distillation we can carry out through hydrosteam distillation. You are seeing the in picture. There is a something I'll show you. My practical plant at my site also. This is a plant. You are seeing two tanks are there. We are putting biomass that we call leaves of geranium, tulsi, vetiver, or palmarosa, or citrinola into this tank, and this tank is around 500 kg capacity. Around 500 kg biomass is fitted into single tank, and the volume of tank is around 2500 liter, but the density wise biomass is very low, so we can put only 500 kg of biomass in this tank. The biomass, once we put into the tank, we are putting steam from the bottom of the tank. जो भी आपका बायोमास है, अगर टैंक के अंदर में हम लोग डालते हैं तो उसके अंदर में हम लोग स्टीम इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं. तो स्टीम शुड बी with the consistent flow, but we doesn't require pressure with the natural pressure at the 100 degree. Say that the steam pressure is like that. In 1 hour we are converting 100 kg water into the steam, and this much of steam we are allowing to pass through one tank in 1 hour. Altogether around 2 to 3 hours required for the distillation of some plants like geranium, citrinola, lemongrass. And once we introduce steam from the bottom of this tank, the steam when enter into the tank, whatever oils are present into the leaf, that converts into the oil vapor. This oil vapor along with the steam of water get out from the tank and enters into the condenser column. In the condenser column, steam get converted into water and oil vapor get converted into oil again. And this oil and water we are collecting into the separator. Separator is the kettle in which oil part is get floated upper and lower hydrosol part is there at the lower. We can easily take out oil from the upper part, and the oil water separation happens. See the friends, this you are seeing this 2 tank unit. Previously we are having one unit that is suggested by CSIR, but the tank was mounted on the boiler itself. We have to fill the tank very high, huge height. We have to walk through ladle, fill the tank, and then after 3-4 hours distillation, we have to entirely switch off boiler, entirely cool the tank, remove the herbage, and again next day we have to fill again the tank. The one day we can cover only 500 kg herbage with 4 manpowers. मीन्स 4 लोग लगते थे उसके वो प्रोसेस में. तो 4 लोगों का काम था कि 4 लोग टाकी भरेंगे और निकालेंगे तो आधा केजी जेरेनियम का ऑयल निकलता था, और सिट्रिनोला का है तो 5 केजी निकलता था. तो 1 डे का प्रोडक्शन आपका जो भी है 6000 का. द कॉस्ट ऑफ लेबर वाज वेरी ह्यूज. So I thought repeatedly I have to come out with the solution so that cost should reduce. Then I invented this technology at our workshop. The tank, once we feed, we introduce steam to the tank. जो empty tank है, जो standby tank है, उसको हम लोग भर के रखते हैं. जब तक पहले टैंक का डिस्टिलेशन होता है तो नेक्स्ट टैंक हम लोग भर के रखते हैं. जैसे पहला टैंक का डिस्टिलेशन होता है, we are closing the inlet wall of first tank and introducing steam, opening wall to the second tank. तो क्या होता है कि आपका बॉयलर बंद नहीं करना पड़ता है, जो फर्स्ट टैंक है आपका आइसोलेट हो जाता है, उसका ऑयल तो निकाल लिया हम लोगों ने, अभी उसका हम लोग को क्या करते हैं कि उसका लीड निकाल के उसके अंदर में जो हर्बेज है वी आर टेकिंग इट आउट बाय यूजिंग चेन पुली, इवन वी आर नॉट टेकिंग आउट मैन्युअली। अराउंड 4 लोगों को 500 केजी का बायोमास प्रोसेस करने के लिए 8 आवर लगता था। नाउ वी आर प्रोसेसिंग 3 टन बायोमास with only 2 labors, and the cost of fuel we reduce is very huge. The cost of fuel, that is the wood we are consuming for 1 ton of biomass, was around 500 kg. That came down up to 140 kg now. Around 70-80% cost we reduce in wood, 70 to 80% cost we reduce in labor also, and the overall production cost was around 4,000 rupees, 4,000 to 5,000 rupees per kg geranium oil. That is only 1,200 rupees now. See the beauty of oil. This type of plants in association with us, farmer has installed in Maharashtra. From last 2 years, many farmers are satisfied. If you want, you can visit to them. You just see their processes, see their cultivation practices, see what are their doings. And after distillation, whatever biomass is there, even we are able to process for further value additions, and that is the huge work we are doing with the farmers together. I think that if anyone want to join this flow, you can call us, you can join us. We'll guide you, we'll visit our farmers, we'll visit our distillation units, where you will get proper technical informations. So friends, this is something I explain about distillation plant also, because distillation plant is the soul of this industry. अगर आपके पास डिस्टिलेशन प्लांट प्रोफेशनल नहीं है तो ऑयल का कॉस्टिंग ज्यादा हो जाता है। तो उसमें हम लोगों ने भी अभी इनोवेशन चालू कर दिए है, जहाँ पे हमारा ज्यादा प्लांटेशन होगा, that is more than 20 acre, will put 2 tanks. But now we are coming out with some plants where at a time you can give steam to 10 tanks also. 10 tanks at a time we have put herbage, and 10 tanks at the same time your labor are going to fill the standby tank जो भी आप भर के रखना है, 10 टाकी का तेल निकालो आप, देन एक साथ में आप दूसरे 10 टाके को शिफ्ट कर सकते हो। उतना बड़ा प्लांट भी हम लोग बना रहे हैं। अगर आपका प्लांटेशन मोर देन 100 एकड़ है एक जगह पे, देन आल्सो इट विल बी टेकन केयर ऑफ ऑल दिस। बट एक टैंक का साइज बढ़ाने का एक थोड़ा लिमिटेशन, साइज भी बढ़ा सकते हैं, बट क्रॉप टू क्रॉप क्या होता है कि उसका ऑयल का जो भी टेक्निकल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है उसको कंसिडर करके टैंक का साइज जो भी है एक ऑप्टिमम रखना पड़ता है, मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम। उसका कुछ लिमिटेशन आता है। इसके लिए हम लोगों को कैसे कि टैंक बढ़ाना ज्यादा फिजिबल है, इंस्टेड ऑफ मेकिंग वन बिगर टैंक, दैट इज अगेन टू गेट मोर रिकवरी। उसके लिए हम लोग टैंक को ज्यादा हम लोग देंगे, रेफरेंस देंगे। बट सिंगल टैंक में हम लोग कर सकते हैं, बट मेंथा का जो भी डिस्टिलेशन यूनिट है वो बहुत ह्यूज होता है। एक टाकी के अंदर में 5-5 टन मेंथा डाला जाता है। दिस इज डिफरेंट एंड दिस इज डिफरेंट, क्योंकि उसका जो भी है ऑयल का नेचर अलग है, इसका ऑयल का नेचर अलग है, वो हिसाब से हम लोगों ने इसको डिजाइन किया हुआ है। तो दूसरी बात है कि जो डिस्टिलेशन हम लोग अभी कर रहे हैं दैट इज स्टीम डिस्टिलेशन। तो स्टीम जो बॉयलर में बनती है एंड हम लोग आउटसाइड से उसको इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं। तो स्टीम डिस्टिलेशन में मेजर जो भी है आपका हर्बेज स्टीम के कॉन्टैक्ट में आता है और आपका डिस्टिलेशन हो जाता है। तो नेक्स्ट डिस्टिलेशन जो भी है दैट इज वाटर स्टीम डिस्टिलेशन। तो वाटर स्टीम डिस्टिलेशन में क्या होता है कि पानी के अंदर में आपका जो भी जिसका ऑयल निकालने का, समझो आपका रोज वाटर हम लोगों को बनाना है, तो डेंग आपने देखा रहेगा, डेग भपका। तो हाँ, ये जो भपका डेग है तो इसके लिए अभी आपको ये टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करता है कि इसके अंदर में जो आपको डेंग्स दिख रही है ना, उसके अंदर में रोज पेटल्स डाले हुए हैं और पानी डाला हुआ है। ये ट्रेडिशनल टेक्निक है। ये भपका का जो भी आपको टैंक दिख रहा है ना, दैट इज ऑल कॉपर टैंक्स। और जो कंडेंसर है ना, दैट इज मेड बाय यूजिंग दिस ओपन वाटर टैंक्स। एंड स्टीम जो कैरी होता है ना, ये तो वो बाम्बू का उसका पाइपलाइन होता है, बाम्बू का। तो इतना ब्यूटीफुल टेक्नोलॉजी है। तो आपका टोटल नेचुरली रोज का जो वाटर है ना, ये हाइड्रोस्टीम डिस्टिलेशन है। तो पानी के अंदर में रोज पेटल्स है, और रोज पेटल का एक पर्टिकुलरली अरोमा उसके अंदर में, पानी के अंदर में जाता है, और पानी में से कुछ स्टीम आपकी आगे जाके कंडेंस हो जाती है। कंडेंस होके सामने एक केटल है, उसके अंदर में आपका उसका कंडेंसर कलेक्ट करते हैं। उसको ट्रेडिशनल डिस्टिलेशन यूनिट बोलते हैं। दैट इज फेमस अक्रॉस द इंडिया। इन कनौज में जाओगे तो आप ऐसे हजारों यूनिट देख पाओगे। वहां से अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड अपना रोज वाटर जो है बेस्ट क्वालिटी का एक्सपोर्ट होता है। अभी रोज वाटर के बारे में बहुत ज्यादा मिथ्स है। लोगों को लगता है कि हम लोग एक दुकान में गए, वही बाइड 30 रुपीज का एक बॉटल लिया रोज वाटर का, और घर पे आके उसको लगा लिया। अरे दैट इज ऑलमोस्ट केमिकल्स। डिस्टिल्ड वाटर के अंदर में ओनली फ्लेवर डाला हुआ है, फ्रेग्रेंस डाला हुआ है। फ्लेवर नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, फ्रेग्रेंस डाला है। तो ये आर्टिफिशियल फ्रेग्रेंस है उसके अंदर में। द वाटर इज नॉट रोज वाटर। 30 रुपीज बॉटल 200 ml का, दैट इज रोज वाटर, दैट विल मेक डिजास्टर टू योर माउथ इफ यू यूज दिस। ओरिजिनल रोज वाटर इज कॉस्टिंग टू मच, and valuable customers are available across the Europe, across the this uh, Dubai, Saudi Arabia. These are all Arabian countries. Arabian countries, Europe is the major market. Even US में भी बहुत ज़्यादा उसका demand है rose water. But in India, we doesn't know what is original and what is duplicate. So very few people knows about the brands. They are buying original rose water. But 99% people on the name of rose water, buying a simple fragrant water that may cause harm to their faces. That will not add any benefits to their beauty, because this is not the rose water. Rose water is very different. The people are using is very different. So be aware what you are buying. And the third is the this water distillation. The most of the distillation we are introducing steam and extracting essential oil, but in hydrosteam distillation में क्या होता है कि we are immersing that material biomass into the water से steam बाहर आती है। और वाटर डिस्टिलेशन में क्या होता है कि वाटर डिस्टिलेशन के अंदर में खाली आपका जो पानी है, पानी को बॉईल करते रहते हैं, और वो पानी के अंदर में पूरा आपका जो भी कंटेंट है वो आपका आ जाता है। अभी देखो कि अभी स्टीम डिस्टिलेशन हुआ, हाइड्रोस्टीम डिस्टिलेशन हुआ, व्हाट वी टेकन आउट वाटर इनसॉल्युबल पार्ट। जस्ट अ मिनट, आई एम हैविंग वाटर फर्स्ट। दो सॉरी। तो हम लोगों ने अभी क्या किया कि जो वाटर पार्ट है हमारा, उसके अंदर में भी देर आर टू टाइप ऑफ इंग्रेडिएंट इन एनी ऑब। वन इज वाटर सोल्यूबल, अदर इज वाटर इनसॉल्युबल। द वाटर सोल्यूबल्स आर something different. We are calling them hydrosols. Or in some traditions, there are certain method to extract, take out the extract of medicinal plant. Tulsi extracts are using for medicinal purposes. Many herbals, khas extract is there. Many herbals we are taking out extract. तो extract निकालने का टेक्निक अलग है, this steam distillation का टेक्निक अलग है. These are the different techniques. अगर आपको वाटर सोल्यूबल पार्ट में इंपॉर्टेंट है, जैसा कि तुलसी है, तुलसी इज हैविंग aromatic value and medicinal value also. So CIMAP is the organization that works on Central Institute of Medicinal and Aromatic Plants. Some plants are coming into essential also, some plants are coming into medicinal also. tulsi you can take out essential oil, and from tulsi you can take out arka also. That is the water soluble part that adding on beneficial effects on mankind. This is different. Tulsi is different. This is again the case of vetiver. That is also both the benefits. So that the techniques we can change according to the requirements of our which part we wanted to take it out. If you wanted to take it out hydrosol of rose, we have to use hydrosteam distillation in that case. And if you want to take out the oil of the rose, we have to go for the different distillation technique, that is solvent extraction. Solvent extraction, the hexane, alcohol are the solvents. We have to introduce these solvents directly into the rose petals. The flowers are there. The flowers can be converted into this concrete. We are calling that concrete. This whatever concretes are there, we have to filter that and separate the isolate and use that as a pure oil after separating solvent from the isolate. But the solvent extract technology is applicable to the flowers only, and not for the tulsi, geranium. And even you can make concrete of leaves also, but the specific requirements are there, specific criteria are there. We'll not discuss this part over here. So we'll brief some this CO2 extraction also. This CO2 oil extraction is the technique where we can take out very pure essential oil from the planting material. This is the liquid CO2 we are introducing to the material at the very low temperature, and the oil coming into the liquid CO2 at the very low temperature in the pure form. And the once temperature rises, CO2 get disappear and the pure oil left behind. This is the very costly technology. To take out only 10 ml, 15 ml oil, the CO2 technology required crores of the cost. That is the very costly technology. That is not possible at the farming level at all. Now we have to only think about the steam distillation. This is the major technology that is possible to use in this present scenario. Now we'll talk some other process also. That is the value addition and commercial parts. I think that I have covered up cultivation practices of many aromatic plants. I would like to repeat the name of plants also: geranium, citronella, lemongrass, patchouli, rose. These are the some plants that commercially being cultivated in India. And I would like to say that to develop the planting material, where is the potential? Now I'm briefing the potential part for nursery point of view. You just consider that if you come in our association, we will introduce that which are the best variety CSI has launched and how to propagate that variety. Suppose geranium is there, we have to make the plants from cuttings. Rosemary, we have to make the plant from the cuttings. Patchouli, we have to make the plants from the cuttings. For davana, we have to take out the oil from seeds. We have to cultivation, we have to do from the seeds in tulsi, davana, and palmaroja. To produce the seeds and plants, there is a huge potential from nursery point of view. If you got a proper set of nursery, study the essential oil part, study their economy, introduce to the farmer, make an association of farmer with suitable company who is buying the oils, and you can sell this planting material to farmers. You earn the business, and also farmer will earn profit out of this. I think that this will be the win-win situation type business. If नर्सरी में जो लोग आप काम कर रहे हो, अगर आपको उसका अवेयरनेस है, तो मुझे लगता है कि एक अच्छा एसोसिएशन बन सकता है. यू एंड फार्मर वर्क टुगेदर. फार्मर का बेनिफिट क्या है, कौन से क्रॉप में उसको बेनिफिट है, उसका आपको प्लांटिंग मटेरियल अगर आप डेवलप करके दे सकते हो नर्सरी में, तो बेस्ट क्वालिटी प्लांटिंग मटेरियल always gives best yield. So focus on getting this good variety, the perfect planting material, and develop the plants having very healthy plants without any disease. एंड फार्मर जो है उसको आपको गाइड करना है कि भाई उसका कैसा प्लांटेशन करते हैं, व्हाट आर द फर्टिलाइजेशन प्रोग्राम्स, व्हाट आर द यील्ड्स, व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स. अगर आप अच्छे तरीके से अगर फार्मर का एक ग्रुप बना के नर्सरी में उसको ट्रेन करके कि ये ऐसा ऐसा उसका बेनिफिट है, ऑल टुगेदर मेरा अभी एक विजन है कि फार्मर्स को कैसा एक रूप में लाया जा सकता है. So this part will be discussed by our colleagues. Mr. Uma Shankarji and Mr. Vilas is waiting for the presentation. I think that you listen silently all my words. I am handovering this seminar, this program to Vilas Matondkar ji. I think that he will taken care of the charge of next scenario. Thank you very much for listening, and I am going to be there with you in the question answer session at the last. You note down your questions. Whatever possible, I'll cover that. Whatever not possible, we'll take down the numbers. Our team is always ready to help you for well-being of our country, for well-being of our farmer, and for well-being of our nation. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak on the platform. Thank you very much once again, and I'm requesting Vilas sir to join us the next scenario.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable information with us. In a short time, you have covered almost all the important crops like geranium, citronella, patchouli, lemongrass, and so many. And also, even you are focused on distillation, very important information on distillation. So thanks for giving such an informative session. Thank you very much. Now we are with us Vilas Matondkar, sir. He's working in printing and packaging since 1995. He's the owner of the Master Creations. He's the consultant for pharma, aromatic, herbal, and essential oils. He has so many expertise in this field. Till now, he's successfully serving various industries like pharma, FMCG, textile, and electrical, etc. So now, by seeing his experience, we are very hungry to know his knowledge. So I request him and I welcome him on behalf of Indian Nurserymen Association. And I request once again Vilas Matondkar sir to continue the presentation. So over to you, sir.
Namaste, Sachin ji. Thank you very much for the entire INA team for allowing us and making us present ourselves on this platform. Thank you very much. अभी तक हमने मच्छिंद्र जी को सुना, एरोमेटिक फार्मिंग के बारे में उन्होंने जो भी जानकारी दी वो आप सभी को काफी उपयोगी होगी, मुझे पता है. कहना एक ही चाहता हूँ कि हम मच्छिंद्र जी से 4-5 साल पहले इस एरोमेटिक फार्मिंग के बारे में जुड़े, जहाँ हम जो कलीग्स हैं, जो उनके दोस्त हैं इस फील्ड में, वो कहते हैं कि ही इज द ओशन ऑफ दिस नॉलेज, और कुछ बूंदे ही वो अभी यहाँ पे व्यक्त कर पाए जो उनको पसंद नहीं है. बेसिकली उनका हमेशा कहना रहता है किसी को भी आधा ज्ञान देने से अच्छा उसका अज्ञान ही रहना बेहतर होता है. बट लुकिंग एट द टाइम कंस्टेंट, उन्हें काफी शॉर्ट और संक्षिप्त रूप में आपको सबको एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ा. वो भी मेरे ख्याल से हमें काफी हेल्पफुल है. अब हम इन एसेंशियल ऑयल्स के वैश्विक बाजार की तरफ ध्यान देते हैं. इस वजह से मैं पर्टिकुलरली इस फील्ड में जुड़ा. हमारे देश का इस वैश्विक बाजार में एरोमेटिक फील्ड में क्या योगदान है, इस पे भी हम नजर डालते हैं. इससे आपको पता चलेगा.
Vilas sir, you have to mix the language. Vilas sir, sorry to disturb you, but you have to take the presentation in both the languages, Hindi and English.
Okay. Why I myself, who is from printing and packaging industry, turn into this field, essential oil fields, वो मैं आपको explain करना चाहता हूँ. Looking at the global market of this particular essential oils, those figures made me came into this field, and being having a relation as a friend with Machhindra ji, it helped me a lot. अभी इस मार्केट में आपको पता चलेगा कि सुगंधित तेलों से इस व्यवसाय में कितनी प्रतिभा है, कितना पोटेंशियल है, वो फिगर्स मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करने जाऊंगा आगे, जिसके जरिए सिर्फ हम अपनी खुद की नहीं बल्कि हमारे देश की भी उन्नति कर सकते हैं. वी विल बी अ पार्ट ऑफ इन डेवलपमेंट ऑफ आवर कंट्री आल्सो इकोनॉमिकली. और सही मायनों में एक सुगंध से समृद्धि की ओर ले जाने वाला व्यवसाय है. तो आप सभी को मैं आगे की प्रोसेस एक्सप्लेन करना चाहूंगा. मच्छिंद्र जी ने जो अभी तक बताया उसका एक संक्षिप्त रूप आपको बताता हूँ. प्रोसेस, इसकी आउटलाइन ऑफ अरोमा इंडस्ट्री इस तरह से होती है. नेचुरल रॉ मटेरियल्स आपके सीड्स है, लीव्स है, प्लांट्स के स्टेम्स है, इससे एक प्राइमरी प्रोसेसिंग जैसे डिस्टिलेशन उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया, उससे राइजोनाइड्स, ओलियोरेजिन्स और एसेंशियल ऑयल एक्सट्रैक्ट किए जाते हैं. सिंथेटिक मॉडिफिकेशन करके अरोमा केमिकल्स बनाए जाते हैं, तो फिर फ्लेवर, फ्रेग्रेंस, मेडिकल, अरोमा इंडस्ट्री को प्रोडक्ट्स के रूप में यूज करने के लिए बेचे जाते हैं. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. अब इन एसेंशियल ऑयल इंडस्ट्री में मेजर प्रोड्यूसर्स है ब्राजील, चाइना, इजिप्ट, इंडिया, मेक्सिको, ग्वाटेमाला एंड इंडोनेशिया. इस बाजार के मेजर खरीदार, इनकी जो मेजर मार्केट्स है वो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका, वेस्टर्न यूरोपियन कंट्रीज और जापान. 110 टाइप के एसेंशियल ऑयल्स हैं, उसमें से 31 एसेंशियल ऑयल्स इंडिया प्रोड्यूस करता है. उसमें इन कैटेगरीज, इन ऑयल्स को दो कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड किया गया है, मेजर ऑयल्स और माइनर ऑयल्स. मेजर ऑयल्स वो है जो लार्ज क्वांटिटी में प्रोड्यूस किए जाते हैं. डेफिनेटली लार्ज क्वांटिटी में प्रोड्यूस होते हैं तो उनका प्राइस लो होता है. इसमें 10 ऐसे ऑयल्स की टाइप्स है जो लार्ज क्वांटिटी में होती है, इसलिए उनको मेजर ऑयल कैटेगरी में आते हैं. ओवरऑल मार्केट जो इनका है उसमें से 80% ये मेजर ऑयल्स शेयर करते हैं. माइनर ऑयल्स वो है जो स्मॉल क्वांटिटी में प्रोड्यूस होते हैं. डेफिनेटली स्मॉल क्वांटिटी होने की वजह से उनका प्राइस हाई होता है, जैसे रोज वाटर मच्छिंद्र जी ने एक्सप्लेन किया, रोज ऑयल. 290 type of oils are there which comes under a minor oils. 20% of the entire global essential oil industry comes under this particular minor oil shares 20% of that essential oils. Next slide. Now I'll just brief you. जो भी ये ऑयल्स है, 110 ऑयल्स हमने कहे, वो आपको एक संक्षिप्त में मैं ब्रीफ करता हूं. उसमें से 31 ऑयल्स इंडिया प्रोड्यूस करती है, उनके बारे में भी बताऊंगा. ऑरेंज ऑयल है, इसकी 45,000 टन की रिक्वायरमेंट है वैश्विक बाजार में. ग्लोबल मार्केट का टोटल कंजम्पशन पर एनम एक साल का 45,000 टन है. ब्राजील, यूएसए, स्पेन, इजराइल, मेडिटेरियन कंट्रीज इसका उत्पादन करते हैं. कॉर्नमिंट ऑयल, मकई पुदीना का ऑयल जिसे हम लोग जानते हैं, 35,000 टन की रिक्वायरमेंट इसकी वार्षिक रिक्वायरमेंट है वैश्विक बाजार में. चाइना, ब्राजील के साथ साथ भारत भी इसका उत्पादन करता है. स्पेरमिंट ऑयल 1500 टन की रिक्वायरमेंट, वार्षिक रिक्वायरमेंट इसकी विश्व बाजार में है. यूएसए कंट्री उसको उत्पादित करता है. पेपरमिंट ऑयल है, 4000 टन रिक्वायरमेंट पर एनम पर ईयर. यूएसए, चाइना, उनके साथ साथ इंडिया भी इसे प्रोड्यूस करता है. टेक्सास सीडरवुड ऑयल 2900 टन पर एनम. China, USA, Mexico, and Central America are the countries who produce this oil. China cereal oil 800 tons. China produce the oil. Citronella oil, जिसके बारे में सर ने अभी बताया था, श्रीलंका, चाइना, जावा, ताइवान, South and Central American countries, along with these countries, India also produce this oil. Next slide. Camphor oil 800 tons की वैश्विक बाजार पेट में इसकी वार्षिक मांग है. चाइना, ताइवान और जापान आर द कंट्रीज हु प्रोड्यूस दिस ऑयल. रोजमेरी ऑयल 300 टन इज द रिक्वायरमेंट पर एनम. स्पेन, ट्यूनिशिया एंड मोरक्को आर द कंट्रीज हु प्रोड्यूस दिस ऑयल. स्टार अनीस ऑयल, इट हैज अ 400 टन रिक्वायरमेंट पर ईयर. चाइना एंड वियतनाम आर द कंट्रीज हु प्रोड्यूस दिस ऑयल. अनीस सीड ऑयल Again, it has 110 tons of requirement per annum. Eastern Europe countries are the manufacturers of this oil. Mandarin and tangerine oils 300 tons per annum वैश्विक बाजार में इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है. इटली, ब्राजील, स्पेन, अर्जेंटीना एंड यूएसए आर द कंट्रीज जिन्हें इसकी जो इसे प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. विटेवर ऑयल, इसे हम लोग खस का ऑयल तेल करके भी पहचानते हैं. 260 टन की रिक्वायरमेंट पर एनम पर वो ग्लोबल मार्केट में इसकी है. इंडोनेशिया, हैती, रियूनियन, चाइना के साथ साथ भारत भी इसे प्रोड्यूस करता है. लेवेंडर ऑयल 420 टन्स ऑफ ऑयल per annum in a global market is the requirement of this oil. France, Bulgaria, Tasmania, China and Maldives are the countries who produce this oil. Lavender oil, 1200 tons per annum. France is the country who produces this oil. Lavender oil, a lavender और स्पाइक लेवेंडर का हाइब्रिड है, जो प्लांट इन दोनों से भी बड़ा होता है, उससे ज्यादा उसका प्रोडक्शन मिल जाता है. Spike lavender oil is 100 tons requirement in a global market per annum, and Spain is the country who produces this oil. Petit grain oil 250 tons of requirement per annum. France, Italy, Spain, and North America are the countries who produce this oil. Geranium oil 600 tons per annum in a global market. China, Reunion, Madagascar, Egypt और भारत इस ऑयल को उत्पादित करते हैं. चाइना सिनेमन कासिया ऑयल 180 टन ऑफ रिक्वायरमेंट, चाइना में ही इसका उत्पादन होता है. नटमेग ऑयल, जायफल जिसको हम लोग जानते हैं, 180 टन ऑफ रिक्वायरमेंट पर एनम इन अ वर्ल्ड मार्केट. इंडोनेशिया, वेस्ट इंडिया के साथ साथ भारत में भी इसका उत्पादन होता है. ग्रेप फ्रूट ऑयल 250 टन पर एनम इन अ वर्ल्ड मार्केट. यूएसए, अर्जेंटीना एंड इजराइल आर द कंट्रीज हु प्रोड्यूस दिस ऑयल. डील सीड्स वीड ऑयल, जिसको हम लोग तन का तेल, तन से या खरपतवार का तेल ऐसे भी करके जानते हैं. इंडिया इज द सोल कंट्री हु प्रोड्यूस दिस ऑयल. फेनल ऑयल 120 टन पर एनम इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट है. चाइना, इजिप्ट, ग्रीस ये देश इसका उत्पादन करते हैं. बर्गामोट ऑयल 120 टन पर एनम इसकी वैश्विक बाजार में खपत है. Italy, Brazil, Spain, Ivory Coast are the countries who produces this oil. Tea tree oil, 250 tons of oil required per annum in a world market. Australia and Africa are the countries who produces this thing. Ginger oil, 120 tons of ginger oil is required per annum in world market. मलेशिया, ताइवान, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, फिजी के साथ साथ भारत में भी इसका उत्पादन होता है. Clary sage and sage oils, 50 tons of oil is required in a world market per annum. Russia, USA, Spain, and France are the countries who produce these oils. Piment oil, 50 tons of oil per annum is required by world market. Jamaica is the country who produces this oil. Thyme oil, 50 tons of oil required by the world market per annum. Spain, France, Morocco, and Algeria are the countries जहां पे इसका प्रोडक्शन होता है. मार्जोरम ऑयल 50 टन्स पर एनम. स्पेन और यूरोप आर द कंट्रीज हु प्रोड्यूसेस दिस ऑयल. बेसिल ऑयल, तुलसी का ऑयल 50 टन्स ऑफ ऑयल पर एनम is required. Reunion, Comoros, Madagascar, France, Egypt and India are the countries who produces this oil. Juniper berry oil 50 tons of oil required per annum across the world. Croatia, Nepal, Europe, USA are the countries जहां पे इसका प्रोडक्शन होता है. Celery oil 50 tons of oil required by the world market per annum. फ्रांस, हॉलैंड, हंगरी, चाइना के साथ साथ भारत में भी इसका उत्पादन होता है. Palmaraz oil 60 tons of oil per annum required in the world market. तो सेशेल्स, पाकिस्तान, कोमोरो आइलैंड्स के साथ साथ भारत में भी इसका उत्पादन.
Vilas ji, you have to unmute yourself. Your phone has been muted. Vilas ji?
Is it okay? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's better.
We can hear now. Please continue.
Okay. Celery oil, 50 tons of oil required by the world market per annum. France, Holland, Hungary, China, and India are the countries who produce this oil. Palmarosa oil, 60 tons per annum in a world market. Seychelles, Pakistan, Comoro Islands, and India में इसका प्रोडक्शन होता है. रोजवुड ऑयल 100 टन्स इसका रिक्वायरमेंट है दुनिया के बाजार में, और ब्राजील इसका उत्पादन करता है. सैंडलवुड ऑयल 100 टन की रिक्वायरमेंट वैश्विक बाजार में है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इंडोनेशिया के साथ साथ इंडिया भी इसका उत्पादन करता है. श्रीलंका सिनेमन ऑयल, श्रीलंका, सेशल्स, मादागास्कर, कोमोरो आइलैंड्स के साथ साथ भारत में भी इसका उत्पादन होता है. कार्डमन ऑयल इंडिया और ग्वाटेमाला में इसका उत्पादन होता है. ग्वेकवुड ऑयल, इसका भी इसका 60 टन का रिक्वायरमेंट पर एनम है, जिसका उत्पादन पैराग्वे में होता है. गर्जुन बाल्सम ऑयल, स्लाइड्स आर नॉट विजिबल, साउथ एंड ईस्ट एशिया में इसका उत्पादन होता है.
Mrinmay, can you change the slide? Change over the slide, please, Mrinmay. Yeah.
Laurel Bay oil.
So I think Vilas ji,
Yeah.
we can flip to the next slide, because the other oils from 60 to the remaining 80
Yeah.
cannot be of that value or that importance to the audience.
We'll just give the brief for oils which are produced in India then.
Yeah, correct, correct.
So this is a valerian oil. Okay, aromatic oil, 15 tons of requirement, and it is produced in India along with Morocco, Germany, Hungary, China, Japan, and France. Dawana oil, which we know very well, is a 3 tons requirement in the world market, and India is a producer for this oil. Cumin oil, 10 tons per annum in a world market. Egypt, Iran के साथ साथ इंडिया में भी इसका प्रोडक्शन होता है. अजवाइन oil, India is the sole producer of this oil. Valerian oil, चाइना के साथ साथ इंडिया में भी ऑयल का उत्पादन होता है. कैलमस ऑयल 10 टन की वैश्विक बाजार में, यूरोप के साथ भारत में भी इसका उत्पादन होता है. सेलेरी हर्ब ऑयल है, भारत में उत्पादन होता है, चाइना, नीदरलैंड और यूएसए के साथ साथ. अगरवुड ऑयल है, वियतनाम, जापान, कंबोडिया, थाईलैंड के साथ साथ भारत में भी इसका उत्पादन होता है. जातमानसी ऑयल है जो इंडिया में सोली प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है. जास्मिन एब्सोल्यूट ऑयल है, चाइना, इजिप्ट, मोरक्को के साथ साथ भारत में भी इसका उत्पादन होता है. इसका 15 टन का रिक्वायरमेंट है वैश्विक बाजार में पर एनम. चंपक ऑयल, और इंडिया इज द सोल प्रोड्यूसर. नागरमोथा ऑयल किया जाता है. ऑस्टर फ्रूट ऑयल सीरिया, पर्शिया और इंडिया में इसका प्रोडक्शन होता है. एम्बरेट सीड ऑयल जो खाली इंडिया में प्रोड्यूस होता है, और इसका रिक्वायरमेंट 1 टन पर एनम वैश्विक बाजार में है. तो ये बहुत सारे ऑयल्स हमने अभी देखे जिनका वर्ल्ड मार्केट में रिक्वायरमेंट और क्या शेयर है, कितना कंजम्पशन आज के डेट में हो रहा है, अभी का डाटा है. ये धीरे धीरे बढ़ते ही जाएगा. जैसे मचिंद्र सर ने कहा कि हम सिंथेटिक ऑयल से नेचुरल ऑयल्स पे ज्यादा तवज्जो कर रहे हैं और जा रहे हैं. अभी अगर हम लोग देखेंगे तो इस स्लाइड में अप्रोक्सीमेटली आज की हमारा शेयर जो है इंडिया 15,000 टन के आसपास, थोड़ा ही ज्यादा उससे इंडिया में प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है. और बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटी हमारे पास अवेलेबल है कि हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्षेत्र को इस एरोमेटिक प्लांटिंग में ले आए और ज्यादा से ज्यादा ऑयल प्रोड्यूस करें, जिससे हमारा ही नहीं बल्कि हमारे देश का भी इकोनॉमिकल स्तर इस पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री में ऊपर जाए. ये डाटा मैंने आपको दे दिया. अभी इसके बाद इन डिटेल हम इंडिया में पर्टिकुलरली क्या कर सकते हैं, इसके बारे में आपको उमाशंकर जी बहुत बेहतरीन तरीके से समझाएंगे. आई हैंड इट ओवर टू उमाशंकर जी. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you very much, Vilas sir, for sharing a very valuable data with us and with all the participants. Thank you very much once again. Now we have with us Mr. A.R. Umashankar sir, a very knowledge seeker person in essential oil. He did BBM, MBA. He's a basically banking professional with 25 years experience. but because of only passion and interest and love towards the field, he has just do and experiments and so many things in the aromatic industry, and experience of setting up marketing infrastructure solutions for various products and services. So today, personally, I will feel a passionate person, the love towards aromatic industry, love towards the society, I will say. And for such a person, I welcome him on behalf of Indian Nursery Association. And I request Uma Shankar sir to give his presentation. To over to you, Uma Shankar sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Sachin sir, for my brief introduction. Yes, I am a knowledge seeker in aromatic oils. It's a great beginning for me and my colleagues out here. First of all, uh, let me express my sincere appreciation to Indian Nursery Men Association and my heartfelt thanks to all the audience who are doing a great job in this pandemic. One very important thing for nursery which came to my mind when we started discussing about this presentation. The role of nursery is very, very important. It is very crucial. I would actually compare the role of nursery as good as a mother, because the way you take care of small saplings, the way you hand it over to the farmers at a particular size, the same way a mother also does by rearing their children, rearing the kids to a certain level, so that they can stand up, stay strong, and fight the the opposite environment. So you guys are doing a great job. My sincere appreciation and thanks to all of you who are doing this great job across the country. So coming back to our main set of presentation, I'm sure the detailed presentation given by Machhindra sir was quite expansive and was quite detailed, and almost every audience would have loved it by the detailing which he had presented to all of us. Followed by Vilas ji also. Vilas ji also gave us a brief of the essential oil market, essential oil production across the world. All different essential oils were covered in detail. I'm sure nothing much is left to me to present, but still, as it goes, I would like to add few points which might be of use to all of you. So the first thing which I wanted to discuss and present in front of you was the global essential oils market share by application. So when I mean application, all of you by now would have known कि ये essential oils का application कहाँ कहाँ होता है. So maximum usage is in food and beverages, followed by spa and relaxation. It is a most crucial ingredient in these two industries. A lot of essential oils, and followed by little bit of medical industry also. The pharmaceutical industry also has started using essential oils because of their great properties. So that was on the global essential oils market share by application. We can move on to the next slide, please. Yeah. So everyone knows that US is the most strongest economy across the world, followed by China. So each one of us, being a countryman, being a true countryman, try to follow what is happening in US. So one must know, as a producer, as a nursery owner, as a farmer, as a retailer, or as an essential constituent in essential oil business, that how will US market play a role in our daily lives. So we have tried to encapsulate some data which shows, from the essential oil market demand from 2016 to 2027. From in the year 2016, it was somewhere close to 70 kilotons, and it is expected to double to close to 150 to 180 kilotons by the year 2027. So we are in 2021. The overall essential oil market demand in US is close to, I guess, around 100 by the bar chart which I presented. So 100 kilotons, my dear friends, my ladies and gentlemen, is quite a big number, which as a countryman, all of us must focus on this market. The international market is going to play a major role in the years to come. See, as you see, every now and then, our Honorable Prime Minister talking about this wonderful concept of being Atmanirbhar. So by Atmanirbhar, it's nothing else, but we have to reduce our dependency on imports. The lesser the imports, the more amount of foreign exchange we'll be able to save for our country. जितना फॉरेन एक्सचेंज हम अपने देश के लिए बचा सकते हैं, उतना ही देश हमारा समृद्ध होगा, उतना ही देश हमारा आगे बढ़ेगा, हमारी जीडीपी आगे बढ़ेगी, हम में समृद्धि आएगी और प्रॉस्पेरिटी आएगी. जो लास्ट इंडियन है, जो लास्ट माइल कनेक्टिविटी जिसकी बात करते हैं, जो छोटा से छोटा आदमी है, आज के डेट में उसका एनुअल इनकम 25 से 30 हजार रुपया पर साल का है. इस कार्यक्रम के थ्रू, इस आत्मनिर्भर प्रोग्राम के थ्रू, बाय रिड्यूसिंग आवर डिपेंडेंसी ऑन इंपोर्ट्स, we as this essential oil industry, or you also as nurserymen, can contribute a lot knowingly and unknowingly to the success of the country, to the growth of the country. ये हम सब के लिए बहुत important है कि हम एकजुट होके अगर इस पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री में काम करेंगे तो हमारा योगदान देश में काफी बड़ा होगा. Can we move on to the next slide? Yeah. So जैसा कि मैंने बताया था कि भारत में we have launched Aroma Mission and we are currently in the second phase of Aroma Mission, and the goals are very, very simple. Large scale cultivation. By large scale cultivation, you would be knowing that the government wants to get more and more number of farmers into the fold, wherein every farmer should increase his income, and while they focus on the traditional crops, they should also start cropping of essential oils, because they will get a good value for their money. They will get a good value for the time invested on the fields, and the next generation will also be enthusiastic to join agriculture as a business, agriculture as an occupation. All of us know that agriculture as an occupation is the world's largest occupation, and lot of migrancy is happening from villages to cities, and the result of it, which is being felt right now, the cities are getting congested. By this small mission, Aroma Mission, the government also wants to push youngsters, children of farmers, to go back to their farms and do farming in a more technical and a scientific manner, so that the yield takes care of everything. The one most important goal of Aroma Mission is also to capture global market. As I mentioned earlier, global market for Aroma Mission plays a very important role because it's a source of direct foreign currency, and the more and more foreign currency we get to our country will be richer by the day. We want to become self-sustainable. आज के डेट में अगर आप देखेंगे तो कई सारे एसेंशियल ऑयल्स हैं जो कि अभी भी इंपोर्ट होते हैं. जितना ज्यादा हम इंपोर्ट करेंगे उतना धक्का हमारे इकोनॉमी को लगेगा. द करंट अकाउंट डेफिसिट विल इंक्रीज. करंट अकाउंट डेफिसिट कुछ नहीं होता है, इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल टर्म, काफी लोग यूज करते हैं, आप भी समझ जाइए. अगर हमारा एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट से कम होता है तो हम नेगेटिव में जाते हैं, अगर हमारा एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ जाता है तो हम पॉजिटिव में जाते हैं. इतना ध्यान रखिए. तो इस मिशन के थ्रू गवर्नमेंट ये चाहती है कि हर ऐसे एवेन्यू में, हर ऐसे मुकाम में जहां जहां फॉरेन करेंसी का इस्तेमाल होता है वहां उसे हमको कम करना है और अपने देश को आत्मनिर्भर करना है. वैल्यू एडिशन, एज आई अर्लियर सेड, सारे सप्लाई चेन में, राइट फ्रॉम द फार्मर हु इज प्रोड्यूसिंग एरोमेटिक ऑयल्स और हु इज जस्ट प्रोड्यूसिंग एनी क्रॉप, he should get right value for his money and effort and the time which he invests in his field. And all those people, all those important constituents in the entire journey life cycle of essential oils should also get the values, so that all of us get together and prepare ourselves to capture the global market. Understating safety of essential oils, yes, all of us know that essential oils is the safest bet. It does not catch fire while transporting. It stays for long. It has one of the best shelf lives amongst products which are produced out of agriculture activity. So we can go to the next slide, please. So we'll talk a little bit about the lemongrass, although Machhindra sir has explained in detail. The lemongrass, actually the main ingredients are lemongrass essential oil, citral, and aroma chemicals. So I'll give you a brief about how we are placed on the export data of lemongrass. So lemongrass is produced in abundance in the country. अगर आप देखेंगे तो साल 2018 में, in the year 2018, you can go to the next slide. in the year 2019, we had exported close to 40 to 45 tons of lemongrass oil, which definitely supports to the exchequer. हमारे exchequer को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा foreign currency इससे प्राप्त हुआ. Likewise, in the year 2019 also, लगभग 75 टन हमने export किया lemongrass का, and this number is ever growing. I'm told that in the year 2021 also we'll do a good business, despite having corona all across and despite having lockdown across. The demand of lemongrass is ever growing. A brief about geranium oil. I think geranium oil has been described in detail by Machhindra sir, but still I would like to ponder upon few points. 1986 में जेरेनियम ऑयल का प्रोडक्शन केवल 20 मेट्रिक टन था. अब जाके लगभग 40 in this slide I mentioned around 20 metric tons. My apologies, it has grown at least to 25-30 tons now. But still जो gap है, जो प्रोडक्शन का गैप और जो डिमांड का गैप है, बहुत ज्यादा यूज है.
Hello, sir.
ठीक. उमाशंकर सर.
Machhindra sir, your voice is not audible.
Umashankar sir, can you hear me? Umashankar sir.
I think he has gone offline.
I think he's okay. Chaudhary sir, can you continue this slide?
I have asked him to unmute. He's on mute.
Who?
Chaudhary sir is on mute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, hello.
Chaudhary sir, please continue, sir. On behalf of Umashankar sir.
I think that major has been covered.
Okay, please continue. Please continue the slides.
He has covered everything.
Join back. There was a network issue.
He has
My
joined.
apologies.
Please welcome, sir. Please continue, sir.
So we were at the geranium oil. The imports during. Yeah, can we go back to geranium oil slide, please?
Yes.
Yeah. So the imports are still a major worrying factor for the economy. We still import a lot of geranium oil from China. Now the imports have slowed down, but it is still routed through other countries. But obviously Egypt geranium oil and Chinese geranium oil are the major players in the country, and that's how it's a big challenge to us. The price of Egyptian oil is quite very competitive. So we need to work out ways and means to reduce the cost of production and be competitive in the world market. So we can go to the next slide. So this is a brief data on the import of geranium oil in the year 2018. We had imported close to 4 tons of geranium oil. All of us know what is the cost of geranium oil per kilo. Per kilo is close to 2,500 rupees. So if 4 tons have been imported, you can understand the demand of geranium oil within the country. So this is the data again of 2019. Same around 47 tons of geranium oil has been imported, and the import numbers continue to grow up because the application of geranium oil is growing. Geranium oil के applications का काफी ज़्यादा विस्तार हो रहा है, इसलिए इसका import चलता रहेगा. But जैसा मचिंद्र सर ने हम सबको पहले भी बताया है, इसका स्कोप इतना ज़्यादा है कि अगले 10, 15, 20 सालों तक हमारे देश में कितने भी फार्मर्स कितना भी एकरेज कल्टीवेशन कर लें, हम इस डिमांड को पूरा नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो मेरा आप सबसे अनुरोध यह है कि सारे नर्सरी से कि थोड़ा इस पर्टिकुलर प्लांट पे अपना फोकस बढ़ाएं, ताकि फार्मर्स का भी भला हो, कल्याण हो और हम सब में भी समृद्धि आए. So we'll talk about Artemisia Davna oil. Again, Davna is also, India has been exporting a little bit of Davna oil, but USA is the largest market for Davna oil export from India. So we imported close to, USA imported close to 1.8 USD million dollars worth of Davna oil from India. So we are among the top 3 countries which import Davna oil, and this number is all bound to increase in the coming years. So, so this was a brief about the export data of couple of aromatic oils which play a very important role in our livelihood, in our business, and in this part of the country. In fact, across country, couple of aromatic oils, if focused properly, it will be a win-win situation for all of us. So, a brief presentation on our on the firm which is doing the presentation. The company's name is Aerosense. Our edge is we want to have we are very thoughtful and very hungry for continuous employment generation of farmers, and we want to create a additional line of additional income for all the farmers. So here at Aerosense, we provide one-stop solution for all the A to Z of aromatic plants. So when I say A to Z of aromatic plants, right from soil testing, water testing, expert advice in land preparation, the way you need to put your drips, the providing you top quality planting material. See, it is very crucial when you put a good quality planting material, your output also will be equally good. So we have thought of every element in the entire process of growth of aromatic plants. So we provide a very detailed calendar of various inputs of cropping schedule. Mridmai, can you share the content? Yeah. So we provide a detailed calendar of various inputs of cropping schedule. So when all of us talk about aromatic plants, one must ensure that a timely intervention of pesticides, of manure, of watering, everything needs to be done following a typical calendar. हमको एक calendarized environment में काम करना होगा, and this is nothing but following a technical schedule. अगर हम एक particular plant को एक सही तरीके से input देते हैं एक time पे, तो plant उस तरफ से respond करेगा. जितना अच्छा plant हमारा respond करेगा based on inputs on the soil, on the air, on the water, plant उतना अच्छा बढ़ेगा. और जितना plant अच्छा बढ़ेगा, the more the plant grows well, the content of oil will also improve. So we also advise you on what kind of biofertilizers and pesticides need to be used for the particular aromatic plant. We do help you, all of you, in setting up and maintenance of oil distillation units. Machhindra sir is a well-known field expert in setting oil distillation units along with his younger brother Anil. So both of them form a very great team and they have great technical know-how, and all this is developed on the ground with various iteration. काफी बार काफी चेंजेस करने के बाद जो करंट प्रोडक्ट और आउटपुट है वो बेहतरीन प्रोडक्ट है इन टर्म्स ऑफ ऑयल डिस्टिलेशन यूनिट. आप कभी भी इस जगह पे आप विजिट करिए, देखिए. द एफिशिएंसी ऑफ ऑयल डिस्टिलेशन यूनिट्स इज मार्वेलस. द काइंड ऑफ कॉस्टिंग which is available in the market vis-a-vis the kind of offer which Aerosense is going to make to you, there's a see-through difference. And we also have a buyback arrangement of your oils which you produce, even the biomass which will produce, and even a lot of other output elements which will come out of this entire activity. Plus, if at all you have some investor friends of yours, your farmers, you yourself, so we have tailor-made investment programs for all of you. So right from our knowledge implementation partner, all the 3 of them can come together on a common platform, and this business can be given a new shape. So that was from my side on Aerosense and a little bit of information on the overall international market of couple of essential oils. My sincere thanks to Sachin sir to have provided me this platform for sharing my thoughts. Over to you, Sachin sir.
Thank you, sir, for sharing valuable information with us. You all rightly said how plant quality is important for oil extractions. If the quality of the plant leaves is good, then you will get a good quality of oil. You rightly said. Again, you have showed the export art of lemongrass, geranium. Even you have shared how it will be sustainable, how it will be, how we can do the value addition. So thank you very much being a part of today's webinar. Thank you very much. Now this forum is open for the question and answer session. I will take few questions that have come to me. There is one question from Kaustubh Japta, that is on whether we can do the intercrop in geranium. So I will take this question to Machhindra sir. So Machhindra sir, can you focus on this, whether we can take the intercrop for geranium crop?
See that the intercropping we are doing to increasing overall income. First criteria is this, and second is to protect crop from the disease. Then initially we have cultivated geranium in this moringa plants. We found very good results initially, but after some time I noticed that some diseases are there for the edible crops. The edible crops get prone to disease. The disease of aromatic plants are not that much. जो भी aromatic crops है आपका, तो उसको disease का इतना problem नहीं आता है, जितना बाकी crops को आता है. So in intercropping, I observed that unnecessarily we need to do sprays and everything. But if you want to do intercropping of aromatic only. I suggest that. In case if you wanted to do small term crops that are successful in Nashik region, what we have done after cutting of geranium, in between two rows there is around 4 feet distance. We put around this coriander and palak and this methi seeds. The crop life is around only 1.5 months. In 1.5 months, we are taking out this crop, and till the time geranium grows little bit. So these are the 2-3 crops. That is the leafy vegetables. I found leafy vegetables are suitable. And in case if you are already having horticulture garden and the spacing is too much, see if the mango plantation is there, sitafal plantation is there, the plantation is not too much dense. In that case, in between 2 rows of horticulture plants, you can place 1 row of geranium. Instead of doing intercropping in geranium, you can do geranium as an intercropping in horticulture. You do geranium as a intercropping in horticulture, and in geranium, if you want to do intercropping, do kothambir or this palak and methi. This is my suggestion on this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. There is one question whether you can do the intercropping in coconut. There is one question just now from so whether we can do a intercropping in coconut.
That is possible. In coconut you can do, but coconut, most of this area is around sea coastal area where there is a high humidity. The coconut farming is in region where there is low humidity, then you can do.
So there is a one important question from Mr. Rajendra Singh, sir. There is whether geranium oil rates go down from 20,000 to 8,000 now. Now even in international record, no recession. So how will you take this question?
This is a very good question, Rajendra ji. Thank you very much. First of all, you understood there are 2 varieties of geranium in India. One is Bourbon, and other is this Kelkar variety. That is sometimes people are calling Chinese variety also. The content of the variety is very important. Whatever rates we are getting, that is for the content, not for the oil. If your oil is this thing, Bourbon variety, the major content is geranyl. The geranyl can be extracted from palmarosa also, can be extracted from one variety of lemongrass also. To fulfill the need of geranyl, there are certain options. When this other crops grows very well, and the by doing fractional distillation, this isolate is available in major quantity. The cost of the Bourbon variety is not that much now, but variety of this rose oil, rose scented Chinese geranium that we call Kelkar variety also, that is constant since 20 years, that is rising, but not coming down anywhere. The cost is not 20,000 also, cost is not 8,000 also, cost is around 12,500 rupees per kg.
So there is one important question from Mr. Sagar Kabre. Can we do this crop in hot climate, particularly geranium, in climatic condition like Jalgaon in Maharashtra, North Maharashtra? Can we do plantation in mini area like for sustainable? He wants to have around 5 acres or 7 acre area. So can you focus on this?
100% we can do, and for Jalgaon we have got one plantation this thing association. We'll share the number of Dr. This Nevadkar also. We are already doing that, and that is successful because the variety we are doing, that is compatible for temperature. Only the area where there is a huge water logging, then only the problem. Otherwise, it is sustainable.
Yeah. Now, just you are talk about the waterlogging condition. There is one question from Mission Shubham Tanpatak. Which crop will be suitable for small scale farmers, particularly northern region, where is a high rainfall but low availability of water in the summers? So you would like to, I will repeat the question. Which crop will be suitable for small scale farmers, particularly high rainfall area, where low availability of water in the month of summers?
In that case, you can go for a vetiver because vetiver is the crop that is 100% sustainable to all climatic conditions. Provided the land should not be a black soil, that should be the soil having no stickiness. I think that you understood because we are extracting oil from the root of vetiver. During the removal of this vetiver from the land, that should be not painful task. Otherwise, vetiver is having sustainability because if the waterlogging happened, 1 month water is there in the vetiver, vetiver will not get destroyed or nothing will happen. Otherwise, there is a starvation. If there is a starvation of 1 month, that can sustain. Vetiver is the best crop for starving condition and this adverse condition of waterlogging.
So, Mr. Shubham, you got a very good recommendation from Chaudhary sir. So it will be very helpful for you. There is one question from Ravin Vasudeva. He's in Garhwal. I think he lost his scented pelargoniums in the monsoons, even with sandy soils. So he's asking for any solution for pelargoniums.
This is a geranium variety. That is something because the root rotting problem is coming frequently in geranium. You have to maintain system into the field like that. Your water should get drained out after rain. If the water is logging there, then we can't help that. And to prevent from root rotting and fungal attack, you have to go for the trichoderma treatment. Trichoderma viride is the best treatment for geranium protection against fungal attacks. But provided you have to make arrangement of water logging.
So there is one more question. He would like to one participant is asking which lemongrass variety is good for cultivation and where it will be available.
Lemongrass, that is the number one variety in India, and that is available in Jorhat, but that is the patented technology. They are not giving directly. You have to means total process is there. This is a patented variety. The expensive variety is there. But once you get, you are getting rights of propagation also. The C8 variety, around 1.2% oil is there. The only one variety having more than 1%.
So there is one question, it's a common question, how to get maximum oil content in the plants while cultivation of gerivini. So there are so many things. In short, if you explain it, it will be, I will be grateful for you.
I think that initially I briefed this because the oil in the aromatic plants is the secondary metabolite. That is not the main part of their oil, these plants, because the oil develops in certain conditions. If there is a starvation and to save our life, plant develops oil on the surface of it so that that should not get dry, that should not get destroyed in very this high summer. So we have to create artificial starvation system before cutting the geranium. In that 15 days, oil get developed on the surface of leaf. You can see them with the microscope. You can see white thread-like cells appears on the surface of leaf. You see carefully. Even you can magnify your mobile and see the white thread-like portion when arises on the surface of leaf. This is the oil cells, and that develops in the starvation condition. And the one more thing is that oil is the organic matter. Oil is the organic matter, and if you maintain enough organic matter in the land, that get converted, the organic matter into the land get converted into the oil by using bacteria. One of my scientists, respected Mukherjee sir, has developed some bacteria, and he is related with the government organization, Pune University. And the bacteria is very much helpful to develop oil, in particularly this aromatic plants. I think that for further information, we'll have a discussion on that.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sir, there is a one common question from almost few participants. Is there any availability of small distillation unit?
Small means the very small distillation unit is also available, but the distillation unit or whatever unit we are putting into the farm, that should be sustainable and economical. If how much manpower we are introducing and how much oil we are extracting at the end of the day by using particularly the quantity of fuel. The quantity of fuel for 1 ton oil and the labor cost should be matched in that case. The primary unit we are introduced with 2 tanks is the best unit. I think that we even use the smallest unit holding 150 kg herbage also we used previously, but we found that the time required is the same, but at the end of the day, our labor cost and our fuel cost is important. So we have optimized the size of unit. That is the only commercial unit. I think that we'll come back to you. You contact us on the number we shared. Mr. Anil, my brother, will brief you about distillation unit because he is handling distillation part, and he is not in the webinar, but offline you can talk to him. He will guide you properly, scientifically, and all queries will be gated short. I think that.
So there is one important question from Manisha Sadbhai. Any aromatic plant growing in polyhouse and could be economical beneficial. So whether we can grow any aromatic plants in the polyhouse and which are?
The polyhouse is the different part because aromatic plants are more sustainable, and these are the grass-like plant. Even on wasteland also we can cultivate. These are the motive of the aromatic plant. These are not the nazuk type plant. These are not something like your broccoli, your zucchini, iceberg, and anything. These are the sturdy crops. And polyhouse square feet expense per square feet, you consider these are the very high expenses. And unnecessary, you don't need this type of protection to these plants.
सर एक सवाल है मेरा, पूछ सकता हूँ?
पूछिए.
Sir, you're free to ask. Please ask.
जी सर, बेसिकली मैं रूरल इंडियन चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री चंद्रपुर से बोल रहा हूँ.
हाँ जी, बोलिए सर.
हाँ, हम लोग फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी के थ्रू 100 एकड़ में जेरेनियम का प्लांटेशन कर रहे हैं. सो मेरा क्वेश्चन बेसिकली महाराष्ट्र के लोगों के लिए, तो मैं मराठी में थोड़ा सा ये वार्तालाप करूंगा. तो मला असं विचारायचं होतं की पोस्ट हार्वेस्टिंगला तर सबसिडी दिली जात आहे ऑलरेडी, पण कल्टिव्हेशनला पण एनएचबी किंवा कोणाकडनं काही सबसिडी वगैरे आहे का?
येस, कल्टिव्हेशनला सुद्धा सबसिडी आहे. अरोमा मिशन 2 मध्ये तुम्ही सर्च करा सिनॅपचा.
Sir, please
find out.
Sir, please answer. Sir, please take the question in Hindi and answer in Hindi, so it will be convenient for all the participants.
Yes. नहीं, जो आपको सब्सिडी चाहिए ना, वो अरोमा मिशन के अंदर में कल्टीवेशन के लिए भी सब्सिडी दी जाती है. आप अरोमा मिशन का साइट पे जाइए, वहां पे कल्टीवेशन का सब्सिडी का क्या पैटर्न है आपको पता चल जाएगा. उसके हिसाब से आप बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं.
अरोमा मिशन महाराष्ट्र में एप्लीकेबल है सर?
Aroma mission all over the India applicable है, महाराष्ट्र में नहीं है. That is for India, but that is operated by central government. You have to take it through central government. The Maharashtra government might be creating some good policies because the recently awareness has been building up in Maharashtra, and the ministry and the department also interested to give benefits to farmers, but the policy might not be appeared due to the pandemic of Corona. I think that after Corona pandemic, something will be there that will be helpful for farmers in Maharashtra.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
I will take another one question. Is there sir, just wait for a while. There is one question from Mr. Sagar K. There is any crop which we can grow in saline water?
Saline water is the problem, but the saline water, how much saline? That is very important, because the salinity is something. There is an excessive deposition of inorganic salts, because what fertilizer we are putting, and there is no proper drainage system. Water get evaporated, salt remains there. Again, we are putting salts in the form of fertilizer. Water get evaporated, salt remains there, and finally the EC. EC is very important. That is electrical conductivity. You have to calculate it. If the ppm level of salt is more than 2000, then it getting difficult. Say the case, you take the case of citrinola. Up to the 4000 EC, up to the 4000 ppm level of salt, it can be possible to cultivate citrinola. But after 4000, up to 8000 EC, the results, the yield get deteriorated very fast. But the 2-3 crops are still there that can you can cultivate up to 8000 EC. These are Tulsi, Citrinola, Palmarosa. The Palmarosa is the most sturdiest crop, can cultivate it in the damaged land due to salts. And the up to 8000 EC, you can go for Palmarosa also.
Thank you, sir. Now I request to all the participants, those who have any questions to our speakers. I have taken almost I tried to take all those questions. Now I request all the participants, those who have any question, they are free to ask. Any question from the participants?
Sir, I have one question.
One by one. Yes, sir.
Hindi mein bhi bol sakte hain, problem.
Sir, is there any insurance facility for this geranium?
Pardon?
Insurance. Can we do the insurance of geranium production?
This crop is not till insured, because the phase is the awareness phase now. The protection phase, I think that not came yet. Will not got any insurance or protection from government. If the water logging happened, if some natural calamities happened, the sustainable insurance policy is not there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any more questions?
Yes, sir. Harshal here.
Yogeshwarji,
I have questions, sir. Hello.
Yogeshwarji, please ask your question. Yogeshwarji.
Yeah. Yes, sir. मेरा question ये है, because most of the farmers are holding very small land, 2 acres or 2.5 acres. So is this geranium or any essential oil product is basically viable in such a small land? So what is the economy and how it can
Yogesh, first of all, you focus on something very great thing. I like this thing always, and I worked on this very seriously, because the bigger farmer can put distillation in it, can expand, can do anything. But I was focusing on small farmers who is having only 1 acre land, 2 acre land, and the 2 acre land farmer can't go for the distillation. So together with the farm, we have started first project in Aurangabad. One project we are starting in Lamkani also, but the pattern of Lamkani is different. Aurangabad is different. 2 patterns had been done over there. One pattern is like that, we are putting distillation unit, big distillation unit, in association with 10-20 farmers. They will cultivate geranium 1 acre, 1.5 acre, and we'll put distillation plant for there, and we'll work together. This is the one format. Other format we are doing, mobile distillation unit we have constructed now, and that will go to farmers' farm. And if there is a cultivation in sequence, by 5-10 farmers will do their distillation and will go to the another town. This type of you talk to Bhushan from RSS or Uma Shankarji also, they will guide you properly, and even you talk to Anil also, they will guide you how we are taking care of farmers in this model.
So now I will take the last question of this webinar. Mr. Shardul Khardile is there. Shardulji, are you willing to ask any question?
Yes, sir. Which is the process of export of essential oil?
Export. The export is the very different thing, because to export and to sell in India, there are different criteria. To export the essential oil, we have to analyze the oil and the certain content of the oils. They are looking what are the geranium percentage, what is the geranyl percentage, what is the citronellol percentage. The percentage wise oil should be balanced. Once we are able to make that balance, there are authorities and process. Our company will guide our to export, how to export, and there should be a certain quantity also. If you got an export order per year 10 ton geranium oil, the first year you maintain and next year you are not able to maintain, that should not work then. So to cope up their requirements, whatever details for export you required, you call to Aerosense. I think that will give you total guidance for exports also.
So there are so many questions, so many participants are willing to ask the questions, but we are lacking in time. So by seeing the interest, just I will take a last question from Uday Kumar.
One question.
Uday Kumar, please ask your question. This will be the last question, and I request all the speakers to put their name and cell number in the chat. So
and please, sir, once again highlight them, our number also, and just note down the number on which you have to call back if somebody is missing to talk to us. 93240 93240 85967. You call on this our company number, then we'll definitely guide you.
Sir, Uma Shankar sir and Vilas sir, can you put all the numbers in the chat? So it will be grateful for me.
Yeah.
Please, sir. And I will take the last question from the participants. Uday Kumar ji, please ask your question.
Yes, sir. Just now you told me about this biopesticide. We can make it from lemongrass waste material, something like that, sir. And also before you told organic manure from some other aromatic plant waste. You can give the technology very liable cost. You can make it that kind of details I need, sir. Hello.
Very nice question, Uday Kumar ji.
Yes, sir.
I think that I'll brief you. Whatever wastage is that, actually that is not the waste. If we can able to do value addition. First of all, I'll clear about biomass. Whatever biomass we are putting in the distillation, that is partly get decomposed. And then after removing that, we have analyzed different biomass in combination with each biomass. Lemongrass, geranium, there are certain combinations. If we are putting in a proper combination and after decomposing them, there is a beautiful blend of NPK and micronutrients we maintain in that. But for that, you need a proper training and guidance. We have got a full one day training to making such a fertilizers at our company, at our farm, and we'll send you a detail. You attend that, and in that particular training, we are guiding exactly how to manufacture the biomass. I think that this is first question, and one more question you asked to me. Can you repeat that question?
That lemongrass oil you told from lemongrass waste, no? You told
biofertilizer, na? The biofertilizer is something.
Pesticide
is something to control the spectrum, this broad spectrum attack of this because most of the essential oil even mentioned in aromatherapy also, they are having very good antibacterial properties. And considering all those properties, scientists of our CSI have done extensive studies, and after extensive study of around 250 varieties across the India, we found some varieties. If we use the blend of these varieties, water soluble part proper way, there are around 6 varieties being required to blend together, and there is a beautiful blend that resists almost all disease in horticulture, and that is biodegradable this pesticide. Even if you by mistake taken through your mouth in some ppm level, there is no harm because this is biodegradable biopesticide developed by using aromatic soluble compounds. And we are encouraging farmer to cultivate this type of lemongrass, and we are ready to buy back their this biomass from the farmers, and with the specific cost we can make agreements also. But considering this requirement, the requirement is very huge. But once we'll develop our some blends, I think that we are started doing contract farming in lemongrass also. We'll update all details very soon. Our company is going to give you details of this lemongrass variety and the cost of biomass if we buy back that. And I think that Uma Shankar or Bhushan will take care of that. Just contact on our number. We'll revert back to you.
Sir, one of our participant Rahul Naikwadi is continuously raising his hand. So again, I will take. So 100% this will be the last question. There is no more
Even
question.
we respect every soul.
Sir, one question from Rahul Naikwadi. Rahul Naikwadi, please ask your question.
Yeah, Chaudhary sir, thank you. Thank you for your webinar and thank you for the information. Continuously, I am raising the hand.
Yes,
Just I want to know, what is the best period for geranium cultivation?
The last but sweet question you asked. I think that the government CSIR in during their training, the Bourbon variety was there, and they are declaring that November is the only best period. But we made a number of experiments, and ultimately we found that if the high only rain, if the heavy rain is not there, throughout the year we have cultivated geranium. We cultivated in June also, and we cultivated from August onward. We cultivated up to February end. There was no problem.
Okay. And one more thing, sir. I want to know what is the difference between distilled product in MS or SS?
Oh, very good question. The SS is the inert material that doesn't get oxidized. Yes. So whatever chemicals are emerging in distillation from the plant, if some oxidizing substances are there, that will directly react with MS, and the color of the oil will get deteriorated. So we are advising, if in future you wanted to export your oil, go for the SS unit. But MS unit oil is not rejected yet. But for the better consistent quality, we are suggesting stainless steel, and even the life of the plant is very huge. So the plant doesn't get corroded, and that can last for lifelong.
Okay. And one more last question, sir. What is the best distillation practices, whether it is hydro distillation or steam distillation?
The post practices depend on what type of extract you wanted to take out. You wanted to water soluble part. We wanted to take out water insoluble part. If you wanted to take out water insoluble part, the steam distillation is the best one. And if you wanted to do distillation of flowers, you have to go for the solvent extraction and make the concretes. And
no, for
if you wanted
particularly, I'm asking for geranium, sir.
Geranium is the steam distillation only.
Steam distillation is the best equipment for
is the best
distillation.
is the best only practice.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your valuable advice and given time for me at the end. I am very much thankful you. Definitely, I will be in touch with you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
Rahul.
Thank you.
See you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah.
Sachin sir, you are mute.
I shared the link in the chat for the feedback form. So please download that form and please free to reply on this form. So INA will be very thankful for this. Now I will take this opportunity to thanks to all our experts, our keynote speaker, especially Mr. Chaudhary sir, CEO Aerosons Private LLP, Mumbai, for sparing his valuable time and sharing his valuable knowledge with all the participants. You give focus on the so many crops: geranium, citronella, patchouli, lemongrass, palmarosa, cypress oil. So many things he has given in his webinar session. Secondly, I am very thankful to Vilas Matondkar sir for giving a valuable data and share with us. So thank you, sir. And our today's guest of honor, I will say, and very expert keen person in the essential oil, Umashankar sir, for sparing your valuable time for INA and for all our participants. So I'm thankful to all the three speakers on behalf of Indian Nursery Association. I'm thankful to our participants who always encourage us to taking the webinars. I'm thankful to our president, Mr. YP Singh Saab, our secretary, Mr. Tyagi Saab, and the whole team of INA for giving encouragement and motivation to all of us for taking this webinar and sharing the knowledge to all our nurserymen. So once again, I'm thankful to all. And last but not all, is the team of INA, Shivangi madam, Pinky madam, those are taking a lot of efforts for doing these webinars. So Machhindra Chaudhary, these all taking a lot of efforts for these webinar sessions. So on behalf of Indian Nursery Association, once again, I'm thankful to all of you and see you in the next webinar. That next webinar on the 8th Saturday, it will be on the landscape gardening and art. We are going to cover the indoor gardening topic in these webinars. So again, we will have a new experts with us. See you in the next webinar on Saturday. Till then, bye bye. Thank you very much.
One last submission from our team, Sachin sir.
Yes, sir.
This is Umashankar. First of all, heartfelt thanks to you because you gave us an opportunity to present ourselves and our ideas. Obviously, we have a visionary leader with us, Mr. Machhindra, who has guided the entire scheme of events. Secondly, this particular presentation would not have been possible if valuable inputs wouldn't have come from Mrindmai, Abhilasha, and Bhushan, and even Mr. Anil Chaudhary. So these all the four who are not seen on the screen, they are our backup and they are our background and they are our backbone. So these guys are a wonderful team. They give us inputs, and that's how we are able to give the audience a very, very concrete and concise presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Once again, thanks to all the participants, thanks to all the INA team, and thanks to Shivangi madam, Pinky madam, Machhindra sir. Thank you very much once again. Thank you, sir.
There's one gentleman who wants to ask a question, I guess.
Sir,
okay.
Just take this question, Sachin sir.
Yeah, we should take this question.
Abhijit, please ask your question.
सर मला एक चौधरी सरांना प्रश्न विचारायचा आहे मला मराठीत. विदर्भात ही आपली जिरेनियम शेतीचा तापमानावर असा काही फरक पडेल काय?
विदर्भामध्ये टेम्परेचर जास्ती आहे. आम्ही स्टार्ट केलं. फक्त काय होतं की आपण जे वर्षभरात 3-4 क्रॉप काढतो ना, त्यातलं एक क्रॉप थोडं अफेक्ट होतं. पण तर विदर्भातली कापसाची परिस्थिती बघितली ना, एकरी 10-15 हजार पण भेटत नाही. सोयाबीनची परिस्थिती बघितली तर इतर ठिकाणी उत्तर महाराष्ट्रात जर जिरेनियम करणाऱ्याला 3.5-4 लाख भेटले, विदर्भातल्या शेतकऱ्याला 2-2.5 लाख आरामात भेटतील. थोडंसं अफेक्ट झालं तर क्रॉप खराब होत नाही, उन्हामध्ये क्रॉप डॅमेज होत नाही, फक्त क्रॉपचं त्या सीझनचं ऑइल कमी निघतं थोडंसं.
सर मग त्यासाठी जर प्रॉपर आपले फॉगर्स वगैरे असे सिस्टीम वगैरे केली तर मग काही फरक पडू शकतो का?
नाही काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही. तुम्ही अनिल सरांचा नंबर घेतलेला, तुम्ही कॉल करा. आणि अजून फर्दर तुम्ही अर्धा तास त्यांच्याशी बोलून माहिती घ्या व्यवस्थित. विदर्भातले काही लागवड झालेली त्याचे पण डिटेल्स देतील.
हा सीमॅपचे सायंटिस्ट आहे ना नन्नावरे साहेब, ते पण आम्हाला हे करत.
अभिजीत जी तुमच्या यू हैव ऑल तुमच्या आपके पास सब नंबर आ गए सर के, आप उनके मोबाइल पे कांटेक्ट कर लीजिए बिकॉज वी आर लैकिंग इन टाइम. तो उन्होंने आपको सुटेबल आंसर्स दे दिए. चैट में उनके नंबर शेयर है आपको. जो भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स को अधिक जानकारी चाहिए तो वी हैव द नंबर्स ऑफ ऑल द स्पीकर्स and their team. So please free to share your ideas and views. They 100% these are the people who is going to guide you. तुम्हाला आपको सबको मार्गदर्शन जरूर करेंगे. There are the numbers in the chat, so please follow it.
जी सर.
Okay sir, thank you once again. Thanks to all the speakers and participants once again. Thank you.
Thank you.